hamstrings are tight, or do you think you're having some kind of like actual serious biological, kidney, like some type of component of your body injured?
Where's the source?
I didn't know this was like a source conference room. I didn't know I had to all my sources from my many years of reading materials and using my intuition and communication capability. It's called a compression. All my memories, all my intelligence gets compressed in my brain, and then I just talk, and my intelligence comes out in my speech. Unlike you, I'm not triggered. I'm actually making fun of you. I'm mocking, and that's why you're triggered. No, when you say, why are you triggered, that's your triggered projection. That's your ad hominem projection on my opinion. You don't like it because you bought it. You can't return it because they put it in you. Hello?
You can't let me speak because you have no defense.
I mean, the thing with vaccines also that we have to think about is that, they really just inject the virus into your body. The virus does leave. Well, if you think about a virus, there's viruses that don't leave your body technically. So, in that sense, but COVID leaves your body though. That's the thing. Or your body builds an immune system against it. So if it ever comes back, you can deal with it. That's the whole point of a vaccine. So I'm also interested in knowing more about what it is that you like.
First of all, it's not the COVID-19 vaccine is not a vaccine in the traditional sense of the word. It's a gene modifier injection. It's gene therapy. And it Oh, okay. Go ahead. Just Google it. Oh, what a loser? Okay, I'm just a loser, Jarl. Now you're ad hominem projecting on me again. Moderators, I want you to take note. This is ad hominem projection on Alistair. I am complete.
Yes. A vaccine is anything that you can inject in your body through a needle. Literally. It doesn't matter. What are you talking about?
That would technically make heroin a vaccine, Charles.
That's right. I'm a sixer in a vaccine. Give me a second. Good point, though. Good point.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer either, but I'm definitely questioning. One thing I've noticed with the healthcare system is that at the end of the day, these people, they're educated, doctors and stuff. We can't take that away from them. But they don't always know what the fuck is going on.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Operation Warp Speed was a 20-year project. It didn't just come out of fucking thin air because of the Wuhan lab.
So what I was trying to say was just that, at the end of the day, and I think that is where my health anxiety lies, is that I have never had health problems in my life, overall, I've been generally I've never broken a leg, I've never I've never been in need of acute medical attention. Lately though, I have been. And what I've noticed, because I haven't had that experience in healthcare, because again, I've predominantly throughout my life have been healthy, I've realized that doctors, they're not necessarily these genies that you rub to get answers, and they have answers to everything. They might be just as clueless as a normal fucking person. Sometimes ChatGPT will feel they solve more of your problems than a doctor. Because you can go to different, because every doctor is gonna have a different way of thinking, and just you know what I'm saying. These people are not they're not as good at detecting your issues as you think, and you see so many videos of people that have cancer in this area, or someone had a brain aneurysm here, or whatever it is, and it's they went to the ER millions of times, and they told them that they're fine, and they did their blood work and everything is fine until it was too late, and then they realized that it wasn't all just fine. And I'm thinking, man, I'm who the fuck holds them accountable for that? And that is why when a doctor tells me, oh, yeah, you're you have back pain, I went to the ER because of my back pain, right? And then right, because I think this is more a tissue nerve-based problem and not just a alignment thing. But they don't give a fuck about that, so they prescribe me muscle relaxers, and I'm why the fuck would I take a muscle relaxer? You know what I'm saying? Because what if this is something I don't know. I don't think that you should blindly trust doctors with vaccines, medication, and just whatever. Always advocate for yourself. So in that sense, I agree with you. But being totally against something is also like kind of retarded.
Well, do you prefer Pepsi or do you prefer Dr. Pepper? Or do you prefer, I'm trying to, you don't have ears, you only have lips. So go ahead, Dr. Jarl. Please proceed, Dr. Jarl. Okay, yeah, we'll just keep talking. I was like, we're both fucking retarded. I got no problem talking while you're talking. Okay, great. All I'm trying to say is whether you took Pfizer, Moderna, JJ, it's no different than drinking Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or fucking, Pepsi. The point is, it is the biggest scam in human history because the U.S. government spent $10 trillion during the COVID-19 vaccine era. Hello? $2 trillion a year they spend that we don't take in over 4 years of COVID-19 bullshit. That's $8 trillion a year of scamming. Hello? I'm just saying, so many people got sour grapes from taking a totally unnecessary medical intervention of sticking yourself with a poison called mRNA genetic modified spike protein.
Stick myself with anything. I didn't take a COVID vaccine because I had a bad feeling about it, and honestly, I'm fine. So that's that.
The whole world doesn't revolve around you. Millions of people injected themselves because they were fooled and hypnotized, and then they died. Yes, millions of people died. And in Sweden, where they didn't even take the COVID-19 vaccine, no one died because nobody took the vaccine because they actually didn't mandate it. It's true. You can Google it. Look it up. Look at the death rate in Sweden compared to other European countries in the United States. Hello? Yeah, give him the thumbs up. You just stuck it up his butthole. Hello?
I'm literally from Sweden. What the fuck are you talking about? People were dying during COVID in Sweden. It was a problem. Like,
Sweden? Keep going, by the way, son.
What you said, what? Sweden what?
Love Sweden. You guys are like our new best friends now. You're going to supply Canadians with new jets and a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, we're good friends.
Yeah, Sweden is an amazing country, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I really consider just leaving fuck America and moving back because honestly.
Well, where did you grow up?
In Stockholm.
You did? It sounds like you have an American accent.
Oh, well, I mean, I lived here for 7 years. I also just know how to speak English. I don't know, like I always speak like, yeah, see, that is why, like, when I had, like, the discussion with you before, like, how I, like, have to, like, Google words and stuff, like, I feel like you catch that I'm an immigrant in that way. Because, like, surface level, I don't have an accent, just like you said. I don't really sound like I'm not from here. Like, my communication skills and that. Like, I'm socially competent in that way. And I've definitely assimilated into, like, the American culture. Like, when I had, like, more, like, in-depth conversations about, like, politics and stuff, it's, like, certain words, it's, like, I don't know, or whatever, and that is kind of how you, like, catch me, slip it, or whatever you want to call it. Not that I'm trying to hide that I'm from there, but that's usually, like, the first thing where, like, people can, like, where people realize that I'm not American. But yeah, no, like, America's an amazing country financially, like, you can make a lot of money here and stuff, but life quality isn't amazing here, and I feel like I've never been as sick in my life as I've been since I moved to this country. Like, I feel like I'm chronically sick, like, constantly. In Sweden, like, I was never sick. I never had any issues. I never had any problems. Like, the worst issue I ever had in my life was, like, my wisdom teeth.
Low IQ, white trash, stupid person mind right now. I'll send you that dollar. Right? Fucking, I will. With your cash app. Listen, it won't be life changing because you're asking for cash app. Maybe you asked me.
It was an honor to do that. Who did not take the shots. And I'm thinking of this one immediate family of, like, siblings, and I developed all this one immediate family, like, very strange, different autoimmune conditions in short order after the shots. And they saw their own doctors, were totally bought in, and, like, Democrat types, and whatever, and like even the types that were, some of them, not all of them, but some of them were like, hey, maybe we don't want you around this year if you haven't gotten the shots, like those kind of people who are so bought in. And like they all develop these like different autoimmune related maladies, and they went to their own vaccines. So take that for what you will. There's a trillion other anecdotes like that, and there's the simple, distilled, powerful anecdote of the fact that there are many people who took those shots who do regret taking those shots. There's absolutely no person on earth.
I mean, something to study, right? And so I find it hard to believe their doctors wouldn't have just told them, oh, it's because of the vaccine. Like, I mean, maybe some doctors would say that.
Like, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, but after everything that's gone down with Epstein, I feel like we've come to the conclusion that people do get silenced, that they will overlook things, because when the truth gets out, it will like create this chaos that they won't have control over. And for us to keep abiding to the government and trusting them, we like they can't make those mistakes. Like, you have to understand something again. Every single time something new would come, or every single time something would happen, and like the government would like give us directions on like what to do next, or like no one would like, we would like, the government would lose its trust, and it would just be like a fucking problem. That is why like sometimes what people don't understand is like the reason why information is being withheld from the public is because of that reason. It will create chaos. Like certain things, it's just better to not know than to know, because when you know, which is like, it's like a double-edged sword, like knowing too much and not knowing things at all. Sometimes I'm honestly gonna tell you guys, I'm like happy I don't know a lot of things. When you know too much is when you get anxiety, and that's like already like an issue that I have in my life where I'm like so hyper, rather not know things. I'd rather just be like, sometimes when I look at these people that are like IQ like 78, they like barely know how to like talk, and they're just like in this little like perfection of bubble of whatever, like they like, they're just like clueless. It's like, I'm like, oh, I'm jealous that you really just like, you're like unaware. Like sometimes being unaware is the most amazing thing, even though that comes with a lot of problems too. But again, coming out saying some shit like that, you think people would take that lightly and not like literally spiral, and like fucking like a revolution would come and people would like literally go with torches and fucking whatever to the White House, like kill people that work there. Like, I don't know. I think we'll just create more chaos.
But not just like it's a global vaccine. It's not just American. So like when you're saying happening in the whole world,
global scale, exactly. So that every government would like I don't know, the Western world would have like fallen in a way. Maybe not now if it came out. I feel like if it came out now, it would be easier to like maneuver. But like then and there, like it would have like complete chaos. They already shut everyone down and forced them to stay inside. Like, imagine if like that information came out when that was happening. People would like go out on the streets and like burn things. Like, it would be insane.
official or some of the reported effects on open bears, if you guys are familiar, lights include alcoholism and anal sex. Those are genuine side effects that have been reported by doctors from the COVID vaccine. And I'm not saying those things aren't real. In a way, they might be. But all of those numbers, so you can look them up, Callie, if you don't believe me. All of those numbers occur less in vaccinated people, right, than in the normal population. So that's how they calculate if something needs to be looked into. They use open bears. And one example is like heart attacks, myocarditis, I think, showed up a little bit higher in the COVID vaccine than in the average population. Got flagged in a system like that. They were able to spot it. Heart attacks, which is Alistair would be telling me why it makes sense that animal bites and anal sex are side effects.
I'm making a late supper. What is the source that you just quoted?
It's the source that Access quote all the time. It's like a legit source for medical information. It's where they track all the side effects from, I believe, COVID vaccines and other vaccines.
What is the name of the site?
VAERS. I'll link it.
Oh, thanks.
Arrived at the conclusion of animal bites and anal sex conversation.
Oh yeah, did you hear the siren call for you when we started talking about the good stuff?
Well, I felt the spirit in my body that called me to come into this room, but I think it's a little tardy. I didn't hear my name.
Did you guys want to talk about the plans for the invasion of Canada?
What?
Oh, fuck. Charles in here. Oh, we weren't supposed
I don't know that it much matter if it gets announced.
Supposed to be having trade talks, and apparently that's not going so well.
Or do we trade with Canada?
I don't know. I don't know why you're putting tariffs on us.
But we do get maple syrup from you guys. It's delicious too. Don't change it.
Actually, a lot of like over-the-counter pharmaceuticals are made in Canada.
Well, the tariffs that apparently are making Canadians angry are steel, auto, lumber. So you must buy those three. But I don't think Carney's trying to negotiate. I think he's intentionally delaying it at this point. So we'll see you guys in 6 months, a year, maybe. Basically.
New girl? Oh, I thought you meant literally like Katy Perry dating Justin Trudeau. And them going to Coachella together, and how the internet flipped out because they were using single-use plastic cups in their like hotel room or whatever, and eating pizza, and he banned single-use plastic cups when he was reigning in Canada.
He only bans straw. You're right. I mean, no, we still have single-use cups at every restaurant. So,
Which Coachella weekend did they go to? Do we know? Did they go see Bieber?
These our leaders are like young enough when they get elected that they can still do stuff after. Like they don't just die after they're like president.
I mean, there are a decent amount of former American presidents that are still living. Not like anyone cares. I will commend George W. Bush in the sense that he's pretty much stayed out of public life.
Pay the workers a living wage.
No, wait. Him, Obama, all the past presidents should be speaking up right now. What are they doing? What the hell is this? I'm shocked. Like, I get from your perspective, good for him, but from everybody else's perspective, why aren't previous presidents talking about how absurd this president is?
It's traditionally seen as being done in bad taste.
That, and it's the same reason why Trump wants to be buddies with Mamdani while he's in power. Like, you don't want to burn a bridge because you still want to be able to make one call and get Trump directly on the phone if you need to make a suggestion to him or get a favor from him. You don't want him to be your enemy. Nothing to gain from that.
You guys are not Democrats, those pointless things, but I feel like Democrats need to wake the fuck up. Like, they're not doing anything to the previous president. Somebody away from them. They have no one who's like, there was the governor of California for a bit, but it just feels like Democrats are doing nothing.
What about Ossoff? He seems like he's auditioning to be president more and more on television, and he's young and speaks well and seems like he has like a centrist message. I think if they pick someone like that, they'd have a good chance.
Jarl, have you ever had a job where?
Yes. Go on.
And when you were promoted, did you go into that role and then criticize the predecessor that was in that role for the shitty job, like the mess that you inherited?
No, but my predecessors never threatened to.
Well, then you've been working at the wrong place, but it's just like it's in bad taste to have been in that position.
The prosecution.
Well, actually, it's reversed. What I meant to say is that person who left that role or be criticizing your filling in that role and the work that you were doing. It's not a good look. So I don't know that it's like an American president thing. I think it's just sort of universal.
You're right. I don't think Trump is presidential to begin with. I don't think he's not going to hold back. I don't think he did hold back last time around. Literally all he does is criticize the last president.
No, that's fair. He's certainly unique in his behavior. So we can all be honest about that. He's not exactly a role model for professionalism.
Prosecution is not going to get that man today.
Next president's going to get an easy win. Or not.
Because I'm going to get
Just be like professional.
my client.
Next election's going to win, I think. Because people are going to be tired of it.
Yeah, I think that's. Well, I don't know that they'll win, but
Because I'm going to get my client.
Just yeah, that might not change much.
oh, are you thinking like Barrett?
Oh, I said, what's the other one? Isn't it Eric Trump, the one, or Derek? I don't know which one people think.
Don Jr.
Stevenson.
Nor Eric.
Stevenson.
Never.
CMZ. You're kind of famous on the hill for your cigars, my friend.
Barrett, I would vote for Barrett.
Is it a good cigar? I always see you walking around with cigars. How many do you get through?
The 11th family out of Connecticut.
Ivanka.
Yeah, Ivanka's the daughter.
She's far and away a better presidential candidate than.
I don't know. She's sort of like more like demure. She doesn't really like get involved with all of it.
I agree, but she's got a great rack.
Yeah, she's very good looking, and she certainly wasn't younger too. But and she's never like Eric and Don Jr. are always in the political stuff. Like she never is. Well, what was just incredible was during Trump's first term, there was such a strong media campaign to try to get Ivanka to publicly disparage her father while he was in office. It was so ever present.
Yeah.
And they seemed to think that they could get her to do it because she was sort of straddling these two worlds where she's sort of like, like a New York socialite. and she's also like had that clothing brand which she had to give up because all these department stores dropped and ran once her father took over. Because didn't even go to bat with those people. She just like kept her head down and like didn't get involved in the political or media sphere. You know, her husband certainly was, but he was never like part of that like daily dog and pony show of it. And he just worked, and she just like kept her head down. It was like very classy.
Yeah, she's no amateur, that's for sure. And she was close with her father's behavior.
I mean, the Clintons went to. I think they went to his wedding with Melania.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if
Is not going to get that man today. No,
Chelsea's wedding.
because I'm going to.
I have to imagine so. Because she married a Jew also.
Excuse me, sir.
The prosecution. The prosecution. The prosecution isn't.
For some reason, I thought my passport expired this summer, and I went to pull it out the other day. Oh, because I guess it's the same process if it's like, if it's expired less than 6 months ago, so I don't have to go through any other thing. I just have to online because this time I want to get the passport card in addition to the actual passport book, which is like for that reason I can't do it online, so I have to. It's just annoying. Whatever.
And what does the passport card give you?
So that
be on the book.
Years.
Yeah.
And so technically, like you either can't fly with my ID, or you can, but you have to pay some extra fee at the gate, like as a punishment mitigation.
Yeah, it's
and
$40 visa. I do the same thing.
So anyway, the passport card allows you to cross at land. You still have to bring your actual passport for that, but the passport card you can cross with it at border crossings. It's different than what they call enhanced license that some border states give out, because it's not a state ID, it's a federal ID. But because it's a federal ID that's like associated with your passport, that's acceptable to fly.
Is not going to get that man
So
today.
interesting. I've never even heard of this. Yeah, I was about to pursue an enhanced ID. When I get on.
If you don't want to get the enhanced ID, the passport card is better because, one, like there's a lot of people who don't like that there's essentially an easy federal database that's like a digital web of everything you do with enhanced ID. And then two, enhanced ID has to be renewed like every. I don't know if it's every 3 years or whatever. You have to get a new license, whatever it is in your state, and it's like an additional fee above a normal license that you have to pay every time, whereas passport card is just like a $30 fee when you're getting the passport anyway, and it's good for 10 years.
The prosecution
So I'll just
is not going to get that man today.
and I think the order
Because I'm going to get.
passport card, and like when that new bridge opens, I'll be able to bicycle over the bridge in Canada, walk or bicycle across the new bridge. It's fare free; you don't have to pay anything, which is super nice. But you will have to have some, accept.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm hearing through some of the words that you're using that you've intentionally avoided a real ID, probably for the same reason I have, which is I know how poorly the federal government or even the state government will handle that data. So if I can be the last person on earth to comply, I'd like to do so. And like
you anyway. Oh, you have a smartphone on you that tries everything you do anyway. It's like, yes, of course, but like, I don't need to make it any easier for any of them.
right.
To like have like want as many layers of abstraction between all those data points as possible.
Totally. Yeah, like I want to skip the first 3 to 4 datages, and really be included into the 5th data breach when a foreign government is making a concerted effort to really build something. So yeah, I don't want to be part of the test data. I just want to be in the 5-star data breach.
General, are we gonna go on a little bicycle day when the new bridge opens? It, from what I heard from people who are like insiders in it, is that like the date is just being nailed down now and waiting for it to be announced because it's like done, and like even though Trump has been like sort of beating his chest, like threatening to delay it, is not going to be delayed, and they're just deciding the date.
I wouldn't think it's actually going to be delayed, right? But I think that's cool. I didn't know you lived so close to the Canadian.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive from where I live, so I could either like put my bicycle on a bus and then take the bus to go downtown and then bike from there, or I could just like drive and take my bike downtown. If I really wanted to, I could probably actually in less than an hour like do the whole I'm not like right next to it, but I'm not far from it either. I could like.
Where does it cross over onto into Windsor? Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the downtown Detroit and downtown Windsor are like directly across the river from each other. It's like sort of like twin cities. Although of course Detroit's much larger, but it's the distance is only like.
He's not gonna get that man today. No. Because I'm gonna get my client.
But it's like a cute little town. There is some stuff to do. I go there once in a while to buy eye drops that I can't get here. And then there's like a bunch of bars and things. There's one bar there that I go to. It's okay. I'd rather live across the water from Toronto, but, Windsor's okay. But usually it's like way more people from Windsor that come to Detroit for entertainment than people from Detroit going to Windsor. Unless you're a 19-year-old kid, because then you could drink in Windsor when you're 19. And of course you have to be 21 in the US.
Does Windsor have really good pizza? I mean, I know Detroit's got a reputation, but I feel like Windsor's got some like crazy reputation for good pizza.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
There are a lot of good ethnic restaurants there.
This is random, but do Americans have shish dog and shawarma is that as common as McDonald's in America, or is that a uniquely Canadian?
Sounds like unique to you guys.
Well, there's a lot of shawarma in Detroit because of the Arab population. Shish, I don't know.
Okay, interesting. I've grown up always assuming that was the same in the U.S., but no, in Canada you find shish dog and shawarma, which is like the same thing, pretty much everywhere. Main food is like the official food of Ottawa is the shawarma. So, yeah.
Prosecution is not gonna get that man today. No. Because I'm gonna get my client.
Yarl, what's a unique food where you live? Like specific to where you live in Canada?
Well, the most like culturally specific food to where I live is Kennesaw, which I guess in English is Sugar Shack, which is a meal that we have where maple syrup is made, which usually involves like omelets, like pig ears, or what's it called? I don't know what it's called in English. Beans, like pickled onions, lots of breakfast type stuff, and then you just drizzle like maple syrup all over that ham as well. That's the cultural food of my people.
Interesting. So you drizzle maple syrup over pig ears.
I don't know.
Is it like pork rinds? Pork rinds, just like
yes, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, that's not translation.
Jar, what's your ethnic background?
It's Canadian. And yeah, that's as far as I know. And then from France.
Mm-hmm. So you're like
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
No, because I thought Jaro was black when I first met him.
Heard that a few times. I don't know why.
wait, you guys have met each other?
No, he stood me up. I invited him to go out to drinks, and he just didn't show up.
Was this in Quebec?
No, it was the last time. Brand. It's actually a Swiss brand that the company got into some dispute with the FDA, so they stopped
The
selling.
Chicago mayor's race, it is 10 months away, but the money race for the candidates, it is already heating up. Alexi Janulius has more than $18 billion. Number 2 in the money race is Susanna Mendoza with $1.6 billion.
Voluntarily withdrew.
And then number 3, the current mayor, Brandon Johnson, just over 800.
Hello again, friends. I hope
It's
you've
hard to get
seen
even in
my
Canada.
video.
I think Americans go over just to buy these eye drops. So, like, I seriously spent a whole day there, like, drove from store to store to store. I was going to buy, like, 20 of them, and I could only find 3 after going to, I don't know, 7 stores, 3 boxes of them.
No.
It's called like Simalsian. It's like Simillisan or something. It's a Swiss brand.
Okay. Because I used to use one that was like spicy bad for you, not a spicy one.
Yeah.
Alternatives.
Yes.
And there was one I used to use that the brand no longer exists, but if you look up like alternatives, there are some, so I just use ChatGPT. I forget what they are.
Well, today we need to talk about
It's a it is no constrictors, which means it doesn't constrict the blood vessels in the eye. It's just like really good homeopathic moisturizers. So you can use it as much as you want with no adverse effects. And so it feels like putting drop like wet silk on your eye. It's so nice. Like went to they should have them at any pharmacy in Canada. If you went to the pharmacy in Canada and like made some deal with me where you sent them to me, I would certainly pay for them and also like pay for your eye in some way to do that errand.
I don't know if that's legal. I don't think that's
It's legal. No, there's no. It is legal because it's not a prescription drug. It's over the counter, and they're not illegal in the U.S. They're just not currently sold per the company deciding to bail out in the U.S. It's not illegal. I even when I go there, I tell the border agent on both sides, I'm here to buy over the counter eye drops.
It's one of the few times where homeopathic medicine actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, just because it's not like I'm assuming it's not that important if it's just for red eyes. And yeah, my eyes it's not good.
Some cards. Okay, I need my phone back.
Although double check that it's not also dangerous.
So this
Drink advice, don't buy. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
Or no, I was saying I heard if you drink Visine, you'll die. So yeah, but that was it.
Unless it's prescription, I've never put anything in my eyes. So you're saying that this is something that you put in your eyes just to lubricate the eye?
Yeah, it's like I used it during the winter when it's super dry. It's just it's not good to let your eyes get super dry, like when there's no moisture in the air. It's really not good for your vision long term to let your eyes be that dry.
Usually.
Like, use it after smoking to clear red eyes. I thought that might be what you used.
I wish. I had to give up cannabis like over 5 years ago at this point, and I had an excellent 20-year fling with.
Derisive, you said you had
And seemingly out of nowhere, and it's like this growing condition which is called cannabinoid hypermesis syndrome, and it creates these like week-long bouts of violent illness, and no one like really knows what brings it on except cannabis usage. And usually the pattern is like you'll have one of these bouts of violent illness, hospital just with fluids, and then after the week you'll be better, and then you can go back to cannabis, and like it usually won't reoccur for about 6 weeks, but like when it does, there's no warning, and it'll be again a week of violent illness, and it's this like growing syndrome that people don't know what exactly brings it on in particular, except that it is cannabis somehow. They don't know if it's a certain strain, or like maybe it's the way that certain plants of cannabis are bred, or maybe they don't. Maybe it's like because like the plants are not really natural anymore, they're like specifically bred and
cities to terrify
that like have. What people do know is that the only way to completely avoid this is like 100% cannabis abstinence. So until like they figure out what it is, like I can't use it.
And this is not even just the league. This is in all forms, all delivery systems.
Yes.
Wow. I've never heard of it. That's amazing.
The telltale sign that it's this and not something else, because a lot of people, like myself, the first time it happened, confuse it with like food poisoning, is that when you're in one of these bouts, you'll feel this strong urge to take like a hot shower or a hot bath. It's like it's the only thing in the moment that gives you any temporary feeling of relief. Is like, so you'll hear of these people who are in one of these bouts of this illness, and they'll take like an 8-hour-long shower. And like I remember, like a family member eventually came over to like take me to the hospital, and I remember she's there, and she said, "Come on, we're going." And I was like, "Just let me take like one more." She,
I feel like grabbing it. I feel like grabbing it.
Was it and it
I feel like grabbing it.
correct. Unfortunately, have this misery.
and it gives you
It's coming out of both ends, and it's like you can't even keep down water, and so you'll be like vomiting.
that sounds insane.
We're going to set up a forecaster from time to time in the.
See, this is what I tell people, like,
forecaster.
he doesn't want as good as people.
Now, the last 4 or 5 years, the stock market has been
You can
moving
just
along,
say,
and
like,
presumably
just
forecasting
people
our
are.
business, which is really
When
not
I was
very
younger, like, I smoked weed every single day for like 7 years. And so I got like
You want to
panic anxiety from it, like really bad anxiety. I thought it was like gonna go
Is-
crazy.
So today we're playing match.
I guess it's like, what do you call it? Like derealization, or like what's that called? I think that with me, at least, weed triggered really bad panic anxiety. And honestly, ever since then, I've just been suffering with like anxiety, and I have episodes in life where I get like really bad, and it's all after I it's all from smoking weed. I mean, I did other drugs too, but I don't know if they were the reason why I ended up with.
It's like, I think everyone in your generation has anxiety, right?
Well, I mean, mine is like really bad. I have like literally like it's panic anxiety. Like I just took a hydroxyzine maybe like 30 minutes ago because I was thinking that this back pain is like something really, really alarming and like bad, and that I need to like figure it out because I'll probably die if I don't figure it out. And I was like, oh, time to take my calming meds. But I mean, also one of the first symptoms before it does hit the fan is anxiety. So I mean, you never really know, but yeah, my back is like I have like the worst back pain, but I also have anxiety. So I don't know. Maybe it's related. It's all nervous system things. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like rewire my brain into like de-escalating things more so than escalating them because I overthink a lot. But
I don't know what caused it, but I think it was due to like I had to sit for like 1 week in this very uncomfortable chair and position, and I think it caused like a sustained injury. I got all these X-rays. I was in pain 24 hours a day, such that like I would even wake up once every 40 minutes because like the back pain was so bad I couldn't sleep. And like I was again in pain 24 hours a day, every second of every day, and I got all these X-rays, like nothing, did all this, and eventually, like after about 6 months, it just went away on its own. So like, you know, I hope whatever you're going through just goes away on its own.
I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know, like, where it came from, what it stems from. It's like, I don't know if you know the names of, like, the muscle groups, if you have that knowledge, but I was just today actually looking up. I feel like it's my latissimus dorsi and my trapezius muscle is specifically on my left side, also on the right side. And it's just tight. Like, and when I like push my back up against like a corner of a wall or something, I just have all these trigger points everywhere. What's it called? And it's just like, I don't know. It's making me freak out like a tiny bit, but like you said, it's probably something that has more of like a common, like it's probably more of like a realistic, not so dangerous explanation behind why it's like the way it is. Because if it was really bad, I probably would like not be able to like sit here and talk and like be somewhat normal. And hydroxyzine wouldn't necessarily work either. But one thing I'll tell you, they did prescribe me ibuprofen 600 milligram, and honestly, it doesn't help at all. Like I'm in just as much pain as I was before I took it.
Yeah, hang in there. Will, were you trying to say something? I saw you come off. Did you just wake up eating?
I sure did.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Well, welcome to the first day of it.
Do you want to talk about it?
There was it was just silly. There was like a house that was supposed to be my house, but then it was like my parents' house, and like a lot of people, we're all adults though, and then I'm thinking there's too many people here. They're gonna start. I don't know if they're stealing shit, wrecking shit. And then this friend I've known years ago, she was making a bed, and there was like a big clock above there. There's actually 2 clocks above the bed, and plants. It was really just weird stuff.
Do you ever try to interpret your dreams?
I think that's largely nonsense. You know, I think the stuff is very obvious. You know, stuff you're worried about will pop up things, but like, you know, a milk carton means your mother. You know, it's that's not true.
Yeah, what are the tropes about that? There's like something about like missing teeth or your teeth falls out is supposed to mean something very specific.
I don't remember, but yes, and I think that's all bullshit.
I feel like it is too. Like just what my gut tells me about how I imagine the world to work.
I can remember usually when there's weird stuff like that, if I think back, I can remember something that like I thought about for a minute, like, oh yeah, I was looking at that plant, that was really interesting. Oh yeah, I was looking at that clock. Like usually I can remember where that information came from.
Mine, it's supposed, I think, like some sort of weird lack of control with the T thing, I think. I don't know for sure.
That's what they say, yeah.
On those. Yeah.
Like a lack of confusion. Yeah.
Lack of control, like it's like your teeth are falling out because you're not able to crunch in and take in what's going on. Like it's like how, for whatever reason, it makes sense that you can't take in information, so you're not processing what's going on, so you have no actual understanding. Or
when I have dreams, we've all had dreams like bathroom dreams, going to the bathroom. Usually I wake up and I have to go to the bathroom, and that's why I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh sure. Like yeah, the sensation of having to urinate in your dream. Yeah. I mean, I've never had one of the teeth falling out dreams. I've certainly had like trillions of dreams about I'm back in high school and I'm feeling some existential anxiety, and I think that is just related to like how much like I don't mean this to sound like in a trivial way, but like how much actual like trauma on some mental level you experience being in places like that. Not like anything particularly horrible.
It's a pivotal time in your life. I mean, those years are you're growing up, becoming an adult. It's like I always dream, or generally I dream about waiting tables, right? Which was like my first job, well, my second job. I don't dream about the jobs after. It's always waiting tables, It's like I don't think there's anything significant other than that was like one of the first jobs I had when I was really young. The first time I had money in my pocket. It's stressful too.
I fully agree. I had huge high school dream never goes away. Apparently.
I was in the dream. It's high school or college, and like exams are coming up, and I'm like, I haven't been to school all year. Like, and I think that's because like I lucid dream a lot too, and I think that the conscious part of my brain is like, well, I haven't been to school, so how am I taking tests? Like, I think that's what's actually going on. Dream.
It's so strange. There's like few moments where like you wake up, you were clearly feeling some kind of big anxiety in the dream, and you wake up and you're like, oh, feeling the relief. Okay, that was just a dream, but like that feeling of anxiety doesn't immediately leave you because you intellectually know that it wasn't real. It's like it sort of lingers with you, and there's even a few moments where,
or if it's a positive dream and then you wake up and you're like, I'm gonna go back. That sounds so cool.
Yeah, and I have had a few dreams like that. Like where I would have an awesome dream and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was sad that I had awoken, and then I was able to go right back to bed and like go back into the same dream.
Yeah, right. Or I dream about people who died in the dream. That usually triggers lucidity. In the dream, I'm like, wait a minute, they're dead. This is just a dream. I'm like,
Sorry. So.
you alright?
I was writing something down.
Dream journaling. Because you have to like have a pen and a paper right next to your bed, right? Because you're the way your brain works, like you will.
Right. Well, it's hard. Think about it like so. You get up and everything is instant, and you're like fuck, and you grab it and it's dark, so you put the light, or you don't. You gotta grab something. It's all chaos,
Yeah, okay, so that's the process of it, but what do you, like, what have you gotten out of it? Like, how has it enriched your life doing that? Yeah. Yeah, but is it like, my thing is like, when I was much younger, I used to do that, and it was just obvious stuff, like lack of control. Let's say you equate the falling out teeth to that. I was like, did I not know that in my waking life? Of course I knew that. So it's not telling me anything I didn't know. It's not uncovering the subconscious stuff that's only revealed in my dream. This is so. And like I said, usually the strangest things that seem so out of place. Usually I can remember. It's not necessarily the day before. Usually within the past few days, but something that I sort of fixated on for a minute that I thought was important for a minute, and that pops up in a dream.
I've never done a room game, like just sharing dreams. I thought about that recently. I remember doing it in college with a group of people every morning for breakfast.
Oh, that's cool. Do you remember any, like, particularly interesting dreams that were shared or that you shared?
Well, it's really weird that this came up because I was just cleaning some stuff up, throwing things away earlier today, and I had this old journal, so I was ripping like things out of it to put in my journal, and several of the entries were on dreams from 2021 and 2022 that I just happened to, I guess, write about them. Went through a phase then, and just like some of them are a little bit foreboding, but the ones like in my history, not just those. Some of them are just plain occurrences. Like I had one where it said in my dream, I dreamed to check the hot water heater because there was an error code, and I went into the hot water heater room after I wrote that, or when I woke up, and the error code was there. So just like little psychic things. But I remember being in the group in college, we would talk about them and things would come up. Like we were able to better understand what they meant by discussing them. So, but I didn't know if that ever had been done here on Clubhouse. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, we would have to plan it out, and we'd have to, like say, okay, it's going to be a repertoire to choose from. Yeah. I would love to do that. I would do it. I've always tried to get people to do a haiku room. People will not
God, what a great idea.
Are so easy to write. Yes. Like you could write them on the fly, I also want people to do. I don't know how well it would work on Clubhouse, but I've always wanted a group of friends to play a karaoke game where somehow, as part of the game, the other people get to choose to sing it good. Even though the song is chosen for you, you don't choose it. It's not like you can just go up there and just purposely throw the song and make an ass of yourself because you're being flippant or whatever. Like the song is chosen for you and you have to try to sing it good anyway. But people are terrified of that idea. I don't know why.
That's an amazing idea. I love it so much.
Yeah, I like your ideas a lot better, but
everyone's gonna leave. Serendipity's like side-eyeing me right now. No way, she knows how many times I've tried to do it. Anyone do it. All right, hands on mute for a minute. I'll write a haiku.
Derisive, are you a nipophile?
I don't know what that means.
A lover of Japanese things, Japanese culture.
Oh no, not like some like nerdy, like horny, like straight men are. No, but I do like the Japanese culture, but I'm not like into like hentai and anime and like Japanese goth.
Sure. I will not further disturb your haiku writing.
wrote a haiku about the energy that I want to convey about the people in this room not writing haikus. Existential dread. I will slap your face, my friend. Wake it the fuck up.
I love it.
That was perfect.
Oh.
I'm not Asian, but that's pretty much probably God level.
I think we're all a little more Asian after that.
That's a good point. And
Okay, I wrote a haiku about Edie. Slut. By a disabled man-child. So far from the truth.
Oh,
there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Will anyone write a haiku?
Just write limericks.
Limericks are fine. Yeah, limericks are fun. They take a little bit more effort in planning. A haiku is so great because it's like a single thought conveyed
Yeah.
with like a floatiness. Yeah.
I want to practice them though.
I can feel that it would be very relaxing to do those.
Was that 5 syllables and then 7 and then 5?
Correct.
Nope, too complicated. I can't do it. No, I already got the limerick.
Haikus can be fun. Sit down and give it a try. We won't laugh at you. Or maybe we will laugh at you.
What is the formula for the limerick? Maybe I'll do that.
It's dun 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 dun.
It's like 77557, something like that.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, thanks. I used to do this all the time.
Yeah, I had one about a dentist, something like I knew a dentist who loved to give pain. Something pain. You take a drill and begin to fill. I can't remember the whole thing.
I of course only remember one limerick.
Yeah, of course, Imagine Nantucket.
What's the last line? Was a cunt, I would fuck it.
Was it? I think maybe I heard it slightly different.
I think the
Ear. It's got to be ear.
Let me see. Let me pull up what the classic one is.
Well, but here you are back again.
Have my walk. Have my dinner. I want to go to sleep soon, but yeah. It's nice hanging out with you guys. cliche or whatever, but yeah, I'll get going for now. See you guys.
Okay, I guess it's just a. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's the one I was thinking of. I guess it's called the 1927 reballed version, but it's basically there once was a man from Nantucket, and there's a trillion variations after that line, except the common theme that they're all like what they call blue limericks. There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, "If my ear were a contact."
Yeah, the last line was the only one I can't remember. But I think he was sitting chin with cum on his chin, something so similar.
Sit with a grin with a cum on his chin. Yeah. No, I don't know the rest. I'm sorry.
There once was a man from Nantucket who went down a well in a bucket. The last words he spoke before the rope broke were, "Arsehole." Thomas, which clubhouse rooms do you normally go in?
I have no idea. I'm all over the place. I find what's open, I guess, and hang out where I'm welcome.
You don't have any like regular rooms that you go in?
I'm honestly in here rarely, but I wouldn't say. I don't know. I'm everywhere.
Okay.
Do you see me in a lot of rooms, or?
Well, so I hope to see you more.
I appreciate that, and you as well. I'm not writing a poem. Are we supposed to be writing a poem or doing something? Or?
If you want.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was literally staring at the wall trying to.
I was just marveling at Derisive has two personas, and he's very well spoken and very highbrow here. Get him in a different room.
Right, and if I
if Pussy comes in. It's I forgot. Edie, have I talked to you? I feel like I have about the movie Reality Bites.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one of I'm gonna like not get it exactly right, but I'll get it close, but let me pull it.
Are you not pussy? You know pussy?
We all know Pussy.
Yes.
You might know me through him then, yeah.
That's that.
You probably see me in rooms with him. There you go. That's
Are you one of the secret tranny lovers?
Probably, I don't know. I've been on since day one. I've been here forever. I don't know what rooms I've been in and out of. I've actually had about 2 or 3 names. But yeah, I've known Pussy for a while. Yeah. I'm not hiding about who I hang out with or name. I just didn't. My pictures normally.
Jews. Before 1818, there were no Jews in Israel.
Everybody just goes, there's no respect.
There's a bunch of angry old guys.
Go ahead, please. Listen.
So after that, they slowly started calling other people, other Jewish who has been convinced by the Zionist ideology for having a Jewish people a homeland. But this homeland already had people, okay?
Jewish people. It had Jewish people.
It has Jewish people from past, which was called old issue. Okay?
Oh, we've always been here. We were here before you.
The old issue has nothing to do with the settlers who came in the base of Zionism mindset. Okay? The old issue have been forever over there. They've been living peaceful with Palestinians and they consider themselves Palestinians. Okay? But the new issue was the settlers who came and they started growing and calling more out
Excuse me, sir.
people on the base of idea that we want to give Jewish people a land.
I advocate you having a sexual.
Jewish non-people.
Huh?
Nothing called Jewish people. The people who is just created by the Zionists. They never were something called Jewish people.
Oh my God!
What's a little bit different?
What about the whole first from the Old Testament? What about King David?
Sephardi people, but there is nothing called a Jewish people.
Do you know about Moses?
Well, Moses was an Israelite, not a Jew.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Right.
difference between a Jew and an Israelite.
What is the difference? Tell me the difference.
Well, I'll tell you the difference. If you consider that Moses was a Jew because of Yehuda, he's from the tribe of Levi, so he wasn't a Jew. Okay. Second thing, nothing in the five books. You call them anything. There's nothing in the five books of Moses. This guy who's a Jew. Well, right here, I'll go, guy. I'm looking. I'm right here. I know you're a guy. Yes, I know you're a Polish guy. You're a Ukrainian guy.
Right, exactly. You're from like Lithuania or Poland or something.
Lithuania or fucking shit. You don't even. Netanyahu's got a Lithuanian.
Ukraine or wherever you're from.
Don't bring me someone from
You know, 815,000 Jews were kicked. What about the Jews who were kicked out of Iran? The Jews kicked out of Syria. The Jews kicked out of. They were kicked out. What do you mean? There's synagogues in Syria. There's synagogues in Iran.
How about the synagogue?
Synagogues in Iran.
How about the synagogue?
Even the Iranian regime says that we have Jews. You're saying they're not Jews.
Randy, the rabbi of the synagogue in Tehran said that he's for Iran.
Okay, but is he a Jew?
According to the Zionists,
According to this guy, he's not even a Jew.
By the Jews, by the
He says they are not Jewish people. Make up your mind.
Dude, you are
go to the Torah.
On the
Listen, go to the Torah and go to Genesis 10. Genesis 10, 1 through 5. It tells you, their own Torah tells them they are not Semites. They are Japhethites. They're from the Caucasus Mountains. They are converts. They converted to the religion. They're not the Israelite people. Their own Torah tells them that.
So why was Hitler killing all these Jews? What was going on with him? He went around to all these synagogues and rounded up people. Tell me about him. It was a big misunderstanding.
Why were the Turkish? Why did the Turks kill all the Armenians?
Yep. Because
I don't know why.
Because
you seem to know everything. Tell us.
Because the Zionists want to sacrifice some Jews for the cause of Israel. That's why it's called the Holocaust, burning sacrifice. So kill or sacrifice some of your Jews, okay, the weaker brethren, for the cause of Israel. It's called the Holocaust sacrifice. It's not called a genocide. It's called a sacrifice.
Wow, you have a great imagination. This is science fiction.
So you have an Israel.
It's science fiction.
Now let's go back to Iran. To Iran.
Shall we go back to Iran? Do you want to talk about the 20 settlers who came to Palestine? We're all over the place in this conversation.
Yeah, I want to talk about Iran too. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go to Iran. Stop these goyish tricks, okay? We're not
going. Stop your jihadist tricks. Stop your Islamist tricks, okay? Just don't blow up the room, okay? I know you're a suicide bomber. Don't do a suicide bombing in the room, okay?
Look, listen, go back to Siberia and go eat some shit there. Okay?
Yeah.
People.
I think you're thinking of your mother. You're thinking of your mother, not me.
Talk, yes, you're kind. Yes. So
Yeah.
back again.
Stay classy.
The situation in Israel started from the Britain, the United States overthrown an elected prime minister, elected by an elected government, by elected parliament, in a time when the blacks were actually fighting for civil liberties in the United States. That's in the 50s. So the Iranian had a proper democracy. They put they put Mossadegh into power, and he started nationalizing the oil for the benefit of the Iranian people. But we have some Zionist thugs in the United States. They don't want these things to get the benefits of the Iranian and the people, and this is becoming like another attack.
This was 80 years ago. Why don't you get into the present now, okay? We know what happened 80 years ago.
Moses. No,
okay.
You went back to Moses.
Yeah, because you said there's no such thing as the Jewish people. You said there's no Jewish people.
Yes.
So I asked you about Moses.
Yes.
Okay. That's not. Yes.
Yeah. Now.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Huckabee.
Yes.
Illegal entity called Israel.
Yes. Yes. I'll be like you now.
Stop being a class clown, man, Randy.
No, I'm being like him. I'm just being like him. Yes.
Stop being a class clown.
Yes.
I want to talk about what Zero was talking about, because Zero brought up something interesting that
What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, he was talking about how we can barely afford, the United States, and we're over here
That's
spending.
not true. We have the biggest budget in the world. We can afford anything. But there were always homeless people.
No, we cannot.
There have always been homeless people. There's nothing new.
We cannot afford $30 trillion a year.
We spend more than
anybody in the planet. Dude. We cannot afford.
You need to get a job, bro. You need to get a job, okay? You're on welfare. Your family's on welfare.
I want to know what you're thinking.
Yeah, you're retired. You never had a job, dude. You never had a job. Get real. That's what I said. Keep repeating what I said.
But thank you.
You are on welfare.
I appreciate it. So thank you.
You're on food stamps.
So I
Disability.
El Normo wants to hear a little bit more about what.
Back and forth, you and me. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We spend $30 trillion on America right now. We can afford anything we want on the planet. We spend everything we can on veterans, on the homeless, on the poor, on social safety nets, on healthcare. We spend billions and billions and billions. And if we want to spend more, we can spend more. It has nothing to do with our military budget.
Okay, and so I'll respond to that.
The military budget is entirely separate. By the way, the money that we just spent, we've already appropriated it. It's already been given to the military. We didn't give them any new money since we started this war 6 weeks ago, just so you know. Spending. Because it was stopping everything we're doing.
So I'll explain.
Let me talk.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. So the spending, I don't think that we could just keep spending anything that we want. I don't think
Nobody
so.
said that.
I
said we can afford anything we want.
And that's what I'm saying. By affordability, you're talking about you have to spend. So you have to. There's going to be. You're going to have to spend. You're going to have to create debt.
What we're spending it. What would you like to spend the money?
How do you feel about what I was going to say was that I think right now we're experiencing the Gini coefficient, right, which tells us like income inequality is where it was in 1890. So we have 1%. 1%.
We have a higher.
One percent of Americans hold as much wealth as the 90% of the bottom tier, and 10% of Americans. Hold on, wait, I'm not done. So and that's the problem. And I'll give you an example because we were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
10% of Americans own 93% of all of the American stocks in the financial
But how is
households.
the average
So
American
the reason
doing?
that this is a problem is because of
Gini coefficient, right? As I was saying, right? So
Why is that a problem?
because productivity is increasing,
Right.
and the wages
good,
aren't
right?
keeping up with it.
Stop commenting. Let me
Because
talk.
the wages aren't keeping up with that growth. Okay, the productivity.
We're already
So right now we're about at a 93% growth rate in productivity as of 2025, and our wages have only
Because of
increased
AI.
33%.
Why is that a problem?
So
Why is
that compares today's wealth concentration with the Gilded
Why is that a
Age,
problem,
right? And so well, because of the Gini coefficient, right? That's saying,
why is the Gini coefficient
well,
a problem?
because it widens the gap
Why is that
of
a
who
problem?
owns the. Well, I'll give you an example. I can tell you why. I can tell you why.
People
So
are living at 1,000 times the level
when we
they
can't
were
balance
in
the budget and we just keep printing,
Right.
when we
should
just
balance
keep
the budget.
printing, right? We just keep printing,
Yeah.
okay?
We're not
Then
keeping printing.
the inequality, the gap
Yeah.
of what people can afford is going to continue to
What
get
does that have
larger,
to do with
and
the
more
debt?
people
Affordability.
affordability. So when you spend money, when you're spending money and you spend and you create and you're not balancing the budget, right? You're creating a deficit, and that deficit, this all connects to inflation, and then you have the affordability is almost. I mean, like we're struggling right now. We just had a man, and we were talking about this the other day. His name was Abdul. He just burned. He's a warehouse worker because he makes $37,000 a year. He videoed this. He was hoping to get sympathy. He was hoping to get sympathy and empathy from Americans like Mangione got, right? And you had Mangione, who he's a murderer. Right, who killed the CEO. He got 50% of American college students sympathize more with Mangione than with the victim, which is
I'm
insane.
against that, by the way.
I think I'm
against that.
I'm against it too. I don't think
Well, this is the
I like
problem.
Chuck Mangione. He's my favorite Mangione.
This guy, listen to what he said. These were his comments, okay? These were Bill's comments, and I'm reading this.
Feels so good. Remember that album?
This is the U.S. Attorney's Office. He burnt down this warehouse, and then he said, listen, I just cost these motherfuckers billions, right? 1% is a fucking joke, and all you had to do was pay us enough to live. Pay us more of the value we bring, not corporate. Didn't see the shareholders picking up shift, okay? And so this is what he said. So basically, his point was, so he videoed it, and he said, if you're not going to pay us enough to fucking live or afford to live, this is his quote, that at least pay us enough not to do this. And he burnt down this warehouse, causing $500 million in damage.
And thousands of people were laid off. Thousands of people were laid off because he burnt down that warehouse. And so sometimes you cut off your nose to spite your face. It's just not the right way to do things. I'm sorry, but burning down warehouses is not the solution.
You can go to YouTube right now. You can go to YouTube right now, and you can pull up where the Gen Z is screaming in their microphone. I can't fucking live anymore like this. This has got to stop. I can't afford the fucking rent. I can't afford. Listen to what the kids are telling you, man. Listen to that.
Burning down a warehouse is not the solution.
How about the people that are on this app bitching and moaning about the inconsistencies in the economics, but they're on the app day and night? Go get a fucking job.
I don't think that most people.
No. Bima, I'm sorry. I listen to it all the time on the app. It's amazing to me. Everyone's talking about the inequality and that they deserve these handouts, but they're on the app morning, noon, and night. Go work. Go work your ass off, and then you can have equality.
So
People having wealth. Bitching about people having wealth. No.
We just
This lady works. This lady zero. No, this lady zero.
Just recently.
And has every right to say this. That don't want to fucking work, and they complain that they're not getting their share.
College
Why do you want that? Why
in school? Do you have a good job? You wouldn't be complaining if you do.
I own 3 houses.
Yeah, then what are you complaining about?
Listen to me. I'm retired. I have 5 grandchildren, and I have 5 grandchildren. Listen, I have 5 children. I'm retired. Listen to me. I'm retired. I have 5 children and 15 grandchildren. And right now I'm living in my house.
You just said 5 grandchildren.
Right now I'm living in my house in Asia. I have a house. Listen, I have a house in Fort Lauderdale. Listen, I have a house. Listen. I have a house in Fort Lauderdale. I have an apartment in Pompano Beach, and I have 9 acres.
Go to Sample Road. Do you remember the Sample
Worry about my money. I'm worried about my money. I got more money than I
You
need.
shop there?
These grandchildren are more money than I need. Listen, the college kids who are graduating with degrees are not finding a job. The college kids who are graduating with degrees are getting jobs. They cannot find a job.
They're not working because they don't know how.
They cannot find a job, man.
They can't find a job.
These college kids who graduate with degrees
They should join the army. They should join the army and learn some skills. That's what people always
Here's
tell.
a shocker, Zero. I have 2 kids. They got jobs out of college. I got jobs out of college. Shocking. Shocking. They all got jobs. Sweetheart, you think that we don't exist, Yawa, or whatever the fuck your name is?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
so
they want us to
get
be.
a job and get off the app.
Working for the rabbis, going
For
working
the
for the
robbers,
rabbis
the
24/7
robbers.
to pay users.
What country is
Pay
this
the
dude
user.
from?
Is
What
that what
country?
we're talking
I
about?
love usury. By the way, we have no usury laws. Randy, did you know that? I have no usury law in my state.
Meta today,
Yeah, we have no usury laws.
Listen,
You know that, Yawa?
Abby, today Meta says that they're laying off 8,000 people.
Yeah, but you know what, Zero? My kids got jobs. Because they went to college and they got degrees and they got jobs. And they worked hard.
8,000 people today.
How many grandchildren do you have? You have 30 grandchildren now, Zero?
Everyone is laid off.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Laid off.
Yeah, the milkmen don't have jobs anymore. The environment changes. Yeah, you know,
Meta, these people
people
working.
who drive horses and buggies get laid off. Okay.
Meta, that's
Now listen,
fucking
you
Meta.
know, when's the last time you heard of a Jewish suicide bomber? When was the last time you heard of a Jewish suicide bomber? Okay, how come they're all Muslims?
Netanyahu.
Oh, guess what? The
He's not a
first
suicide bomber.
terrorist bomb blast happened by Zionism. The first terrorist bomb blast in the Middle East happened by Irgun and Haganah in
Yeah, but it wasn't, and then all the rest happened by Muslims. All the rest happened by. Okay, we heard you the first time. And then since then, it's been Muslims. Okay, we got it.
Netanyahu
You took over that business.
States to do
You
his
took
fighting.
over that business.
He's using the United States to do his fighting. Netanyahu is using the United States.
He's a war hero. Unlike Trump, Netanyahu went to war himself. His brother died. He's a major war hero.
Soldiers because of Netanyahu.
You don't know that Netanyahu is a war hero. He certainly is involved in major operations. Major. You don't know anything about him.
Wounded soldiers because of Netanyahu.
Israel is winning. Okay, Iran is sinking.
American Zionist Empire.
No, it's not.
And by the
You know, keep repeating yourself.
Don't work on your accent. He's gonna fucking bring you back.
Yes, I know. Yeah, Iran is trying. Iran is trying. They drive trucks into synagogues. They drive a truck into a synagogue like you're Iranian.
What about the synagogue that you hit in Iran?
Yeah, it's a shame. The good news is that
Most of the Jews left Iran. Most of the Jews have left Iran. The small majority left. The small majority Israel's population is growing, my
Talk
friend.
about what just happened in Michigan.
Israel's population is growing.
Yes, because you have other country. You have Chinese. You have
The Jewish population is growing. It's true. So yes, the Iranians, they're leaving Iran. Yes, it is, dude. Dude, let's just straight up. You sound insane. Yeah, pull it up. Pull it up, and it's going to keep
is the largest privately held small business lender in the
1,000 millionaires left Israel.
Right, so there's 10,000 left.
That's not growing.
Oh my God, I can't buy an apartment there. They're so expensive.
You have no idea what's going on in Israel.
Have you seen
Israel is going to grow by 2 million people. In the next 10 years, it'll be 10 million.
Dude, it's not.
People are because the Arabs are driving Jews out of France. The Arabs are driving Jews out of England.
And I can't buy
Arabs
an
are driving Jews out of Canada.
Randy, how expensive are those apartments in Tel Aviv? It's insane.
They're luxury apartments that are sold out.
They're not gonna be sold out.
Listen, all Jews are leaving France and England because of the Arabs. They're ruined Paris. They're ruined London. And they're all going to Israel. So thank you for that. And thank you for ruining Germany. You guys have ruined Europe. Europe is lost.
Let's leave the planet, you know?
Yeah.
To leave the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how are you going to do that, Yala? How are you going to make people leave the planet?
On a donkey?
Hold on.
On a
Yala,
donkey?
what do you intend to do?
You can't even.
What do you intend to do, Yala, to people? What do you intend to do to them, Yala?
There's not one Arab that's won the Nobel Prize for Science.
Yala, how do you intend to make people
You don't
leave
know
the
what the word.
planet? What are
You
you
don't
going to
know
do?
anything.
We are the people.
They're going to blow their suicide bombers. That's their idea of technology. Is to kill themselves.
We give you meaning. You guys nothing without us. The Torah that you're talking about, my grandparents, my my ancestor wrote it for you. You think yourself you're really
Really? So what happened? What went wrong? How come we're living in bullshit now?
You don't know.
How come everybody knows that Arabs are ignorant today?
Skin.
What happened?
Color of your skin in the mirror.
Yeah, I'm looking at the color of my skin. It's lovely.
Ukrainian.
Okay, but what happened? If you guys were so smart 1,000 years ago, I think what happened is like Sharia law really fucked you guys up. That's why you're anti-science now.
The problem
Everyone knows that.
You're cocky.
Even the Arab kings that go to Israel for surgery. Any Arab who can afford it will go to Israel for surgery. If you have cancer in the Middle East, you go to Israel for surgery.
Randy and Abby are posting in the chat videos and news reports.
Okay, you keep doing that.
Show you that
I won't click on
it
it.
shows you the modern day exodus.
The Jewish population of Israel is growing.
Zero.
Watch the videos.
Report. Watch my videos.
I go there every 3 months. I can't buy an
Abby, bring me the
apartment.
reports. Bring me your facts.
Yeah.
Put your facts in the chat. I'm putting my facts in the chat.
We don't care about Al Jazeera. We don't care about Al Jazeera.
I don't read Al Jazeera.
Why do you keep repeating yourself?
Everybody knows. It's
Place
everybody
is
knows
sold
now.
out.
Put your facts in the chat. I'm putting my facts in the chat.
You know what? Do you want to stop talking? I go there every 3 months.
Put your
It's
facts
sold
in the
out.
chat.
Yeah, we heard you. Put your facts in. Come on, come up with some new dialogue.
Then I see it with
Come
my
up
own
with some
eyes.
new dialogue, dude. You need some new
Put your facts
lines.
in the chat.
We
Canada
put it. Why do you say that?
He's a clubhouse hero and a real world zero.
Would love to buy the new Mandarin Oriental, but it's sold out. All the new developments are sold out. You can't get an apartment in Tel Aviv. All the high rises, they're beautiful. They're sold out. So I don't know what you're reading, but I'm there every 3 months and I see it.
He's reading from the Islamic Caliphate Ummah News, part of their racist discriminatory law, the Mohammedan law. He's a real world hero and a clubhouse zero. Oy vey, Rabbono Shalom. I put a link in the chat to the Charter of Medina, known as the Mohammedan Constitution. If you're Jewish, you really got to read it because it's talking about you, and these Islam terrorists are nothing but Don Corleone, Godfather mafiosos. It's in-group, out-group, but they're so stupid that they're still living in the year 660. They're ignorant, they're racist, they're bigoted. Like you just heard from the previous speaker, he thinks without us, you guys would have nothing. These are the dumbest, lowest class pieces of trash in society. They should all be mass demigrated out of Europe, demigrated out of America. Kiss them all goodbye. Send them back to the fucking desert. Back to the fucking desert. Go suck a camel's dick. Oh.
The only thing that they're finding out is that working properly to Israel. That's why people are protesting in Greece, Italy, Spain.
Yeah, exactly.
Against the Jew. Right? That's why people.
All the bankrupt countries.
There's videos everywhere. As soon as they find out these people are from Israel, they start telling them free Palestine, get the fuck out of my country.
Yeah, those are criminals.
On vacation.
Yeah, we have criminals here too.
Zero, do you plan on doing that too? Plan on going after Jews, Zero? Is that what you're doing, Zero? Zero, do you intend to do that?
Without the people.
And where are you going to do that, Zero? You're going to do that in Pompano Beach, Zero? Zero, you're going to do that in Pompano Beach? Are you, Zero? Zero, you're doing that? You're doing that?
Don't worry about one person.
Yeah, Zero, what are you doing in Pompano Beach to Jewish people? Why don't you tell us what you intend to do in Pompano Beach to Jewish people? Come on, Zero, what are you going to do? Tell us. Can't wait to let everyone know in Florida what you intend to do. Come on, Zero. Let's figure this one out. What are you going to do? You're going to go after them on Sample Road? What are you going to do, Zero? Tell me. What are you doing in Pompano against Jewish people?
Abby, how about today? What's happening?
Nobody gives a shit about
No, Zero, why don't you tell us? What are you
anti-septic
going to do?
victim. Ma'am, stop
I'm
with the
victim. I'm asking you what you intend to do.
anti-septic victim shit. Nobody wants to hear
Zero,
your
what are you doing?
anti-septic.
What are you personally doing?
Anti-septic.
What are you doing,
Nobody
Zero?
wants to hear your anti-septic.
I'm not doing anything. I'm asking what
Nobody
you're doing,
wants to
Zero.
hear your
What
anti-septic
are you going to do?
Nobody wants to hear your anti-septic.
Nobody wants.
He's a Clubhouse Zero and a real world hero. Zero, go sell one of your houses. Zero made it big.
Congress, he loves to talk about the.
No, I'm not running for Congress anymore. I'm running for mayor.
Oh, he's running for mayor. Excuse me. Let's talk about the financial situation here in the United States.
Dima, are you going to do a room on the hospice and what's happening in California? Are you upset about that at all? They've done in California. Do you have any outrage about that?
I don't know about that. What is it?
Well, you're pretty good at researching stuff, so take a look at what they've uncovered and the fraud they've uncovered with hospice. I don't know if you've ever had a family member in hospice. I'm not talking. I'm talking about hospice.
I used to volunteer for hospice.
You know what hospice is, right?
Yeah,
Hospice is really important. So take a look at what they just uncovered on these for-profit and non-for-profit in California. I mean, they've just massive exposure of it.
The thing instead of funding hospice is we should just fund capital punishment from now on. Let's rededicate ourselves to capital punishment.
I did want to talk about the financial situation in the United States because then we were talking about
That's part of the It's the amount of government money that goes into things like the amount of government money that gets put into things like the amount of government money that gets wasted on fraud in the United States.
Right. So
even the Zionists are going to try to talk over you
because we're talking about
the government money that gets wasted in the United States, fraudulently taken by
the Zionists are going to try to talk over you.
Right, and I don't think that the anecdote of kids going to college, it doesn't. It's irrespective. It doesn't matter. I respect it. I'm happy that your kids are doing. I'm happy that they're big, but that's not. Kids aren't the denominator for 350 million people, right? So when we have full-time people,
290 million people, 60 million illegal alien invaders.
Excuse me, they're taking home $36 $37,000 a year, right? And rent is $2,000 a month, right? That is what this is the shit that we're looking at right now, okay? So we're missing the underlying issue and of what I had originally brought up, which is, yeah, we can't afford spending $2 billion a day in Iran when we have really big spending issues here, right? What's happening with our society? What's the last time I brought up the Gini coefficient? Why is that important? Well, because as the gap increases and widens, right, there's gonna be unrest. The EMF. I was just looking at this report. Not the EMF.
There's gonna be unrest, you dummy. There's already unrest. Hello?
The International Monetary Fund, right? It literally talks internet. What is this? IMF.org, inequality, right? It's talking about what happens when this gap widens and causes, circa Gilded Age era gap distribution, when 4,000 families help.
7 out of every 100,000 people in America are murdered every year. I call that a problem. Did you hear that gullet? That fatty little voice? God damn! 7 out of every 100,000 every month, every year get murdered? God damn!
You have to be an asshole to agree me. I know, and I hate overmodding people, Zero. I really, really do. It's like, I really, really hate it. That's why I mod other people, because I like them to do it, because I hate being that person. I want to believe that just maybe 5, 10, 20 chances people are gonna come around. Oh wow, I'm an adult. Wow, I don't have to overtalk somebody when somebody else is talking. Wow, we can have a civil discussion, one at a time, right? I always have that hope for humanity. Unfortunately, that's not happening well here tonight. So anyway, I did reach my peak. So when last time this happened, when you have 4,000 families holding as much wealth as another 11.5 million families, all right, and they're living this particular lifestyle, when you have 10% of Americans holding 93% of all stocks in the United States, and this is going to be a working class type outrage, and it's just going to get violent, as we're seeing, right? Violence is going to happen if we don't balance our damn budget. This is what we have to do. This is the most important thing. I truly believe this. Bill, you talked about it the other day, and I think that right now, if anybody's voting, everybody should be making sure that they are making certain that they're voting for somebody who's going to balance the damn budget, right? Because we can't. People think we could just keep spending. It doesn't look like It doesn't look like we could keep spending, right? Our coefficient is as it was. Well, this is in 2019. Who knows what it is now? Okay, that was the same as the Gilded Age. I'm telling you, we're going to see more. People are just going to start thinking like this Kareem guy. Let's just burn down the warehouse and F it, right? So this is. The fact is that it's stability across the nation, and we don't have that right now. We're not 80% of Americans aren't able to keep up with the inflation right now, and this is what we need to be focusing on home.
Yeah, I do real estate down here. Okay, for the last 20-something years, I've been selling real estate in Miami-Dade, Broward County, all down here, Florida, Palm Beach, Jupiter, all that stuff. Yeah, all the way up to West Palm Beach. I keep going. Okay, cool. But listen, I get to talk to everybody. The rich to the rich, the poor to the poor. Okay? And I remember before COVID, I used to help young people under 40 buy a house. Say about 2018, 2019, the interest rate on the loan was like 3.5%. You can put like $10,000 down, get a house, blah, blah, blah. That was fine. Today, forget it. The young kids today, all they're doing now is pulling up with themselves like 2 or 3 friends, and they're renting, 2-bedroom apartments for like $2,500 because they cannot buy a house like they were able to just 5 or 6 years ago. It's just not happening. So I understand exactly what you're saying. I talked to all these people, and even the rich are like, I got to sell my house. I got to drop the price, 100,000, 200,000, because nobody's buying. That's what's happening right now. The reality on the ground in Florida.
Here in South Florida, yeah, zero. You're completely right.
Stop the usury cycle of money. It's fake money. These people, these rabbis are printing, give it to you as a money. Yes, to be spent. Right again to the real money. What you earn is what you own. Okay, and people should be liberated and freed from this kosher sorry, I could say it like a usury, demonic Baal system. And I think
What's usury? What's usury?
Need to know Albert Chicago police to obliterate offenders and hunt them down.
Define it.
It's not only a war against
Define the term.
America,
Define the term.
between America and Iran. It's actually a war between humanity and a rabbinical usury system.
What's usury? Define the term. Define it.
While the United States printing fake dollar, okay, and doing this cycle, we have to siphon it down.
I mean, but the U.S.
don't want to have a disparity.
Define usury. Tell me how usury works. What states have usury laws in the United States?
Humanity thrives and lives.
Can you define the term?
Okay, America would be much more better without this usury rabbinical system.
So tell me how you use. Tell me define usury, Yahweh. You're talking about a term. What's the term mean? Bima, could you ask him to define it?
Right now, the interest rate on a loan is 6.9% for a house.
What's usury? Can you
I want
define
to
the
hear.
term?
I want to hear more about that, Zero. Hold on. Yahweh, could you finish and then Zero? I'd like to hear what you had.
So I think this is an opportunity for people who are seeking human liberty to dismantle the petrodollar scam, where even the Federal Reserve should be dismantled, and Americans should live under the sun without being captured by any banking system. And this thing should really start. This is a liberation of humanity.
We did not have a federal system. We didn't even have one. 100 years ago, we didn't even have one.
Hold on. Let's talk about this. I'd like to talk about this for a second. Yahweh, could you finish what you were saying?
Yeah, but the thing is that after the Bretton Woods issues and the United States imposing the dollar,
all talk goes back to Britain.
And you've got here some guy disturbing for a reason.
What word did you just call me? What did you just say? What did you just say? Yahweh, what word did you just say?
Kike. Proud to say it, freedom of speech.
Bima, you think that's a good thing to say?
No, I know.
Thank you, babe.
Can we please be respectful?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Pepe just in this room
It was.
threatened. He was threatening
I
my
wasn't in the
family
room, but I
that
just heard it. I just heard it, Bima.
put a misfire on your family,
And I apologize about that intro. I apologize.
Into your ass. It says freedom of speech.
It's not freedom of speech. It has nothing to do with that. It's rude and it's obnoxious. And it's
into your kike ass and shut up.
You know what? You don't speak to people that way.
I speak.
That guy Abby was calling her.
Basically, the issue is
not only calling me a bitch, he was threatening me. He was threatening me and my family that he gonna throw a bomb on my family.
Whatever you say sounds ignorant now.
Let's just start over.
Besides, you can't define the word usury. You don't even know what it is.
It would be easy if we don't interrupt each other, and then we could just hold on, y'all.
Finding that acceptable.
1 second. Could we just reset? I don't want to have responsibility. I don't like using the green bean. Please don't. I hate it. I really hate it. I want us to just act like adults and have good conversation. If we could just be respectful, let's have a reset, okay? Fresh reset. Whoever now initiates aggression, you're the problem. So if you're going to speak disrespectful, we're going to point you out. And if you're going to cut somebody off, we're going to point you out. So let somebody finish what they're saying. They won't get irritated, and then we could respond without cutting people off. Remember, there's a fresh reset right now, okay? Go ahead, Yahweh. Please finish what you're saying.
First of all, this is the opportunity and a chance for the world to realize that the petrodollar should be siphoned down, and that's actually making America printing paper money without even being backed up by anything.
Oh, you know I have no respect for your shit room and your moderating skills.
So people are enslaved
Bima
because of this
is a clown.
cycle. That should be dismantled, and the Iranians are doing a good job for that. I really praise them. I'm not Iranian, but I praise that what they are doing is not for themselves, but for all humanity to be liberated from this shackle. The thing is also we should go back to the central bank's idea, which is basically you've got a central bank, whether it's a Federal Reserve or Bank of England, whatever, they are printing money and they are making people impoverished. Okay, that's so poverty here is not because you're not working, it's because you have less money. And whatever you're going to do, the central bank is going to print you the money and control the supply of money and put inflation and control the inflation. What are we going to do? Free the people from the central banks. Let the people control their wealth, they control the money, and there will be no poverty being that. That's the only thing. And there will be no wars. There will be no war because all the war is because of that.
So I'd like so that's interesting. Thank you. I'd like to talk about that. Can we really, anybody that's listening to this that has a good idea that could maybe give us an idea, let's entertain this as a concept, as a possibility. If the petrodollar was to be null and void, if the USD, the US dollar, becomes no longer, right? We won't say no longer at all. We'll just say it doesn't become the world's reserve currency. Okay, what would happen to the rest of the world? Can anybody who knows the chain of what happens, right? What would actually have to happen for that to happen, right? I need somebody that knows this, right? So the dollar is going to. Wait, hold on, just 1 second. Hold on.
Why is
so
oil
the
so
dollar
mostly
reserve?
dollars?
So
that's exactly what you're saying.
Right. So we're gonna say if we get rid of the petrodollar,
what's the point of it?
We're not gonna have right. So right. So but this is the point. The point is, no, I understand. But I want to understand right now, if we were to get rid of that right now, right? If we lost, if the world lost confidence in the U.S. dollar, does anybody have any idea, any good explanation of explaining to us what is going to happen, what that actually means? There's going to be some, what's going to happen with the Treasury?
What do you trust?
Right? There's going to have to be, the Treasury's going to have to sell, right? What's going to happen with those yields? What's going to happen with the
Okay. Hate to say it, but there's some really stupid fucking people out there that just can't seem to stop thinking and talking. They will never understand Islam until they are forced into it. And then it's too late. They can't be saved. I listen to people today closely. They're saying the same stuff for fun. Humans don't learn. I hope you read the Medina Charter. It fully explains Muhammad law and its application towards Jews and unbelievers. It's such a scam.
This is your moment to grab a free.
Yeah, I need a new heart that doesn't know who you are. Cause this one's broken into all because of what you did to me. Yeah, I need.
Excuse me, do you play guitar?
Yeah,
Are you an artist?
I am.
What's your artist name?
Paisley.
Can you solo? The last person to freestyle on one of our songs got 30 million views. You think you can beat
You want me to do it right now?
right now?
You keep me coming from the very first glance. Feels like a soul coming back first kick. I need a new heart that doesn't know who you are. Cause this one's black and it's blue and it's.
Check this out. Excuse me, can you rap?
No, but I can say.
No way, are you an artist?
I need a new.
Such a scam.
casualties. And that's what we're trying to precision.
But I'll tell you something. Most of the infrastructure inside of Iran, it belongs to the era of the Shah. They didn't put the brick on top of the brick during the past 47 years. Yeah. Can you believe that they sunk the oil platform? How you can sunk the oil platform?
They unbelievable. Money from the people. They kept it for themselves. They gave it to
of course.
They spent it on terror. They're playing with their violent toys, killing the Yemenis, killing the Syrians. Look what they did in Syria. That's one of the greatest war crimes in history. What did they kill? 650,000 Sunni Arabs and Christians for what? They put that monster in power, Assad. And then look what they're doing with Hezbollah in Lebanon, killing all the Lebanese people. How dare they?
And they're not giving up.
No, they're going to give up soon. You know what happens next? Now, here's what happens next. Either they surrender, or we wait for a while, and then we finish the job that we started. Well, you see all those aircraft carriers we have there? They're not there to fool around. That's more military power than you guys have ever seen in one place. We can't even tell you what's on those aircraft carriers. Never mind Israel. Israel's just a little brother. America's the big brother.
Yeah.
You don't want what happens next. What happens
and one thing for the Americans is, guys, if you do want a peace in the Middle East, you need a stable Iran. That's a fact. The moment that Iran falls, all of the countries aside from Iran, they've fallen. Right? Between the 1979, we haven't had these things, these bullshit. And Iran falls, and you got to remember, and the next generation, something happens to Iran, it kind of brings down all of the countries in the region, and it's going to create a massive problem for generations. It's not just a 10 years thing, it's not a 50 years, it's hundreds of the years. And look at the money has gone wasted on these bombs and this and that, and protection, how prosperous the people could be in the region. The Israel. Think about it. The amount of the money that goes to the Iron Dome, it could be going to the Israelis, the country, to be in a better position, or the Americans, or the UAE, or the Saudis, or even the Libyans and the others. Iran fall, and then what's happened? All the other fall, like a domino. So we got to be very, very careful about Iran, and it is a gem there. We got to protect. The way that protecting Israel, we should protect Iran as well. That's a fact.
We're millions of Iranians, even outside of Iran, that want to return back to their home country and help rebuild, work there, live there, and make this country into a genuine, great, prosperous country. But you won't let us.
Do something.
They will even take it down with them to rumbles before they give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's cool. As long as you do something positive for them, I'm totally with you guys. But I think the plans.
There's always a but. There's always a but there.
Yeah, but I see the plans are not going well. My problem is that, okay, let's say
how do you know it's not going well? It is your narrative that you say that it's not going well. It's going well, actually. In fact,
I don't think they're going to want you back there. I hate to tell you this, Louis. I think you should think about staying where you are. They're not going to be very happy with you if you go back there. They know who you are. Unfortunately, that's the downside. So the good people of Iran come back, and the bad people go bye-bye. I'm sorry I have to say that.
And nobody, one of the reasons that they are persisting hard is that they don't have any place. Like at the time of the Shah, because the people, they migrated, they welcomed in the United States and the different countries. Where are these people going to go? They don't have any place other than
Indonesia.
I don't think so, mate. Even Indonesia is not going to accepting that. Impossible. Maybe the millionaires or the billionaires, yes, possibly because of their money. But what about the rest? They don't have any other solution.
Armin, I never thought of that. You're absolutely right.
Good.
They got a situation on their hands.
As long as my brain works and I do beneficial things, I can go anywhere I want in this world, okay? Because I can do many good jobs.
Wait, when you say beneficial, you think that the Shah did something
all your life, okay?
Yeah.
Just explain things.
Do you think the Ayatollah did anything good for Iran?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So then what's your idea of what's good?
Yeah, that's what I asked, and he couldn't answer. He said the person in the street for the next 40, 50 years and then get killed in the streets. And that's his solution.
I like that idea.
Okay. My question is that if Europe is so badly defenseless, especially during
It's not defenseless. It's not defenseless. It's not defenseless, but you're making your point like a fact. Yeah, nobody said it's defenseless. It's your narrative. Nobody said it's defenseless.
Don't make up a story. I didn't say that.
Dude, okay,
Yeah.
they can defend themselves, but they're so weak right now. Okay,
I didn't say that either. But
Yeah.
you need to study more English, man. I didn't say any of that. I said that they don't have armies and they don't have a strong military. That's what I said. And they need the United States to help defend them against Russia. Do you remember that now?
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Okay.
If they don't have a strong army and they need United States to help them defend against Russia, why we see, please stop, why we see a trend of European countries coming out of United States protection of
That hasn't happened. There's still a NATO.
That hasn't happened. When?
Ali, we have 100,000 American troops in Europe since the end of World War II. Did you not know that? Do you know all of our did you know we have nuclear weapons in Europe?
Okay.
Okay, do you know how many army bases we have in Europe? So I don't know where you got the idea that they're no longer under the U.S. protection.
So no, as normal. I just want to know things. You answer me as a Native American. Okay, just answer.
Yes.
I don't know what the answer is.
So wait, so you keep asking questions, but you're not listening to the answers, are you?
No, I'm listening.
Okay,
You said
changing the fact as well.
So is Europe under our protection or not?
Yeah, they are under your protection.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, now what's your next question?
No, I have just questions. And you know things. You're an expert. Just answer me. Okay.
So I'll ask you one, and then you ask me. You ask me one, I'll ask you one. You get one more, and then you're gonna answer my question. You agree?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
So
You agree, and you're gonna tell the truth this time, right? You're not gonna lie this time. Okay, excellent. There we go.
So what's the problem with Canada having alliance with America that they told that the days that we are sending every 70 cents or $1 to America, it's finished. They said it's finished. What's the problem? What's the
Okay,
It hasn't finished.
Wait, hang on a second.
I don't understand this
So Ali,
question.
you have a question for Canada now. I'll tell you, the Prime Minister is Mark Carney. You should send him an email.
Right now, we just want their hockey players. That's really all we're interested in.
I hear they're very good.
So truthfully, right now, we're in the playoffs, and we're just interested in their hockey players, not their syrup, not their dollars, just the hockey players.
And it doesn't mean that the Canadian are against the American. And it is a part of it, Canada. It doesn't mean
I
that.
don't want to say they are against. I want to say what changed that they say things like this? What changed? Just
Even Harper is not the prime minister. That's what changed.
You're a very fair point.
What changed is Stephen Harper is not their prime minister anymore. That's what changed.
And it doesn't mean necessarily they should say yes to. No. They should say yes to everything United States says, and the United States should not say yes to everything else. For example, United Kingdom or Australia says. It's a relationship. Sometimes you say yes, sometimes you say no. But you're a great ally. You think that whatever the Americans say, Israelis say yes? No.
I have to amend it. I kind of want their Putin too. The hockey players and the Putin.
Yeah. That seems more. I'm not a big fan of the Putin.
Are you a fan of the Putin too?
Yeah.
Yes. I like the Putin with everything on it.
Everything on the Putin?
Oh. Yeah, just load it up.
Why not? What? So Ali, yeah.
I'm a kitchen kind of guy.
Yeah, just to say it doesn't mean that they say, and it doesn't mean that they are against each other.
doesn't mean that. And sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. It depends on the country's situation and the circumstances.
Armin, but we did kick their ass in the, we did win the gold medal from them. I mean, we have to acknowledge that. And they haven't won a Stanley Cup in how long, Canada? Sorry, Rafi, but you know what? It's the way it's.
And they apparently cheated curling, which is very difficult.
They do cheat at curling, right?
Yeah, I think they play against themselves. It's fine.
Yeah, so now it is Aloma. It is your time for your question.
And they booed the Star Spangled Banner, which is a whole issue for Americans.
That was not nice.
That was really horrible.
So what do you think the United States should be doing with regard to your beautiful country that wants to be free from the Islamic jihadist revolutionary genocide corps? You agree that the IRGC is genocidal, don't you?
Yeah, okay.
Is that a yes? You do agree?
Yeah, I agree, okay.
Okay, we should stop them from committing genocide, shouldn't we?
Okay.
How do we stop them, Ronnie?
What?
Okay, till now, United States have done very well. But we don't want no more casualties inside Iran because every Iranian life is precious for us. Okay?
Okay.
So you guys are going to surrender, right?
Precious for us. Be careful about it.
Okay, great.
You guys are going to surrender now, correct?
I am not part of it. You understand this shit, and let's continue the conversation, okay?
Wait. What just happened? A little bit. You got a little irritated. Yeah, irritated. Thank you. You got a little irritated. What happened?
Yeah, because you are acting so fucking foolish, and look at what you're acting.
Dude, that's very insulting. Why do you have to speak vulgar words?
Does he live in Iran? Where do you live?
No, he's hiding. He's one of those rich kids that their parents stole money from the Iranian people.
Can you?
He said, get out of here and go spend money, at pizza.
But he's Persian, yeah? Can you tell me, I really hope when the war is over we can start to buy Persian rugs again. I've been really hoping for that. Do you think you could get us a line-on rug?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit embarrassed about this question, okay? I have another one for you. I understand you have flying carpets over there. Can you get me one of those? No,
Rafi, maybe that would help. Maybe.
I'm just thinking, the funny part is I'm literally sitting here thinking, are they a little gas propeller? The ones they're like, they're going 26 with this shit.
Or maybe you do it by yourself instead of just hanging around.
Reverse engineering. Well, you know what? There is no need for reverse engineering on a carpet as long as they can get to lay their hands on one of our handmade carpets. They're happy with that, so don't change the topic. There's no need for this.
The topic, change the topic. It's no problem. Yeah. I enjoyed the conversation because we really enjoyed.
What else do they make there? What else other than carpets do they make there?
They have saffron. They have really good saffron.
Does that come from there?
Yeah.
Well, there is an answer to that. We can make many things if we are allowed to.
I don't know. What's stopping you from moving carpets?
Because this fucking IRGC, this jihadism, this Muslim and this radical Islam is limiting the potential of the people.
Of the carpets? Really? Is that why they're not moving carpets?
Well, it's not about the carpets. It's not about the carpets. It's about the whole range of the other things that the Iranian people have a potential to do.
But what else do they make in Iran other than carpets?
At the moment,
what do they know how to make? What do they know how to make?
Zero.
Oh, is it caviar decent there, Sam?
Would you prefer? Would you prefer?
Sam, what else? What other resources, Sam?
Okay. I'm gonna say. Would you prefer to give you Iranian carpet or saffron, or teach you Iranian mathematics? Which one do you like?
We want all three. We're Americans. Give it all. We take everything.
Why not?
No, I never was a big mathematics person, so it's not appealing to me, truthfully.
Okay, I'm gonna give you carpet.
I'd rather the carpet than having to figure out algebra.
Wait, let's start with basic math. How much is 1 Ayatollah minus 1 Ayatollah?
It's 0 Trump, I guess.
Okay, I'm zero. Okay, I'm starting to learn your mathematics. Okay. And what happens when you decapitate the leadership of a country like 4 levels down? What happens?
I mean, it's fine. It's more fun. I guess.
It's good. It's good when the country's decapitated. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, it's not a. Well, sorry, it's not the country. There is a regime. This regime is directed to.
Let me say another mathematical formula. What about spending American taxpayers' money, $1 billion per day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at
$420 million per hour.
I want to ask you a question.
$11,000
First of all, we don't know
How do you feel about it?
First of all, we don't know how much we've spent. That's number one. And neither do you. Secondly, that money was allocated years and years and years ago, and we've already submitted a new budget to Congress for our military. Hang on. What happens is when we hang on,
Billions of dollars.
hang on a second, Ali. So when we finish using the old stuff, which is still like 1,000 times better than anything that this IRGC has, the new money, the $1.7 trillion that we just decided to spend on our military, will create new stuff that's even better. We really like those B-2 stealth bombers and the F-35s, by the way. But Israel just wrote some new software that's going to make them even better.
And answer to Ali's question, if they are spending $1 billion, I say that even not $10 billion, they're gonna make $100 billion out of that $10 billion. So don't worry about that. They know how to make money, right? So they're not wasting their money, not a cent of it. They're gonna make out the billions out of those money that they have wasted because of this fucking IRGC in Iran. So don't worry about that. Okay? So don't. Yeah. So the American taxpayer, they know where to spend their money, and it is well spent.
It's fine. I also.
No matter what we say, he goes, it's fine.
Yeah, of course. Of course he does.
Well, this is what happens when your brain is warped by the virus of hatred and totalitarianism. You don't really have any original thoughts. You haven't shared any original thoughts, Ali. Why is that?
I just try to say that everything happening is irrational.
Is what?
Or me irrational.
Is he?
They decided to go the other way.
Is he in the Matrix or is it me?
He's in the Matrix.
It's Matrix. All of us. All of us.
He's in a carpet factory probably right now.
Oh, I wonder if he's flying around.
Yeah, I'm listening to you guys. Just go on. Yeah, just go on and say scientific things. I'm listening.
Well, what we want was to hear if you had any original thoughts.
Probably the television.
What? Okay.
You heard my original thoughts. You go on. I'm listening.
No, I haven't heard your original thoughts. What's your original thoughts?
I'm fine. I'm listening.
Again?
Go on. What? I'm on your side. Go on.
So, see, this is what they said about the IRGC, that they were tricky liars. And Ali, I'm a little disappointed. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in you, Ali, because I was hoping you would act like a human being, not a tricky liar. Why are they such tricky liars? Armin, can you explain it to me? Because this is what people said about it.
That's not
this
for us.
Well, how do you?
Ali, can you tell me about the new Ayatollah? Is he gay?
I heard
he's gay. He's gay. LGBTQ.
That's the one that I was trying to share. It's a example of what happened. Because the last time,
is he walking around? Is he playing tennis? Pickleball? What's he up?
It was a show with David Letterman, like the Cosmic Seed.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this type
You're
of
glad that
light thermoplasmic water, you know, that's alive. You know what I'm saying? And essentially what we do is that we drop, literally think of it as like a drop of water. We drop a water,
Go on. What are you glad about, right?
No, Ali, I'm asking you.
The question is clear.
Ali, don't worry, the IRGC isn't in here. Ali, you're glad that Ayatollah Khamenei is dead, aren't you?
Just tell me the American dream. Tell me the American dream.
No, Ali, I'm asking yes or no. You said, wait, you're glad that the Ayatollah Khamenei is dead, correct, Ali?
He is there.
You're glad, right?
No, talk about yourself. Tell me the.
No, you said we could we said we could ask you questions. Are you very glad, Ali, that the Ayatollah Khamenei is dead?
Yeah, 90% there.
That's not Ali. Ali, you got very quiet. What happened? You were very talkative a minute ago. Are you worried that somebody will hear you say that?
You need to be careful down there.
You heard about Houston shit.
Listen to you. Come on.
I answer the question. I understand. You answer the question. You're very glad that the Ayatollah Khamenei is dead, correct? Ali? So if you're silent, we will take that as a yes. And if you stay in the room, we're going to take that as a yes. Just for the record. Just in case anybody is listening. I'm sure nobody is.
Call them nobody.
Yeah, she says no, he's not. He's a sympathizer. For sure, and that's fine. You're see, I'm nobody. That's fine. He can be the IRGC. He can be IRGC as long as he admits that, right? But he's lying. He said, no, I'm not. But you know what? This is because of that. This is because of that. You are me. That's fine. I think brave enough. You know, the Americans, what they say, the freedom of speech. You have a right to express yourself, which is completely in contradiction with what we have experienced with the IRGC back in Iran. Be brave enough. That is fine. You know, you can have that idea. That's fine. You know, but you need to tell that. You tell it.
Man, no one to say it.
Yeah, I've been brave enough, and I talked to guys.
I respectfully disagree with you.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, of course.
What happens next?
I think he's very
Go for your academic person. Illuminate
that now.
Just say about the plans. Whatever.
Your phone is dying. Okay. Thank you for celebrating the death of the Ayatollah Khamenei with us in this room. I'm sure your parents will be very proud of you. Am I right?
I think you guys ran him away.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know Farsi?
A little bit.
You know Farsi. Nice.
Enough to burn you.
No. I'm burning right now.
So anyway, guys, so there is no point to talk to these people. They're gonna say the same thing and asking the questions and around. You know, we in Persian probably in English you have the same word. They say that you can wake up someone is asleep, but you cannot wake up someone that pretends sleeping. You know, he's one of them. So you can never.
Very clever.
You know.
That's a good one.
So it's not going to happen. Do not waste your time. And thank you very much for all of you guys. With all of the intention, you are supporting us, you are helping us. It doesn't matter. It's because your interest aligns with us or not. But we know for a fact that the safe and prosperous Iran would benefit all the world, specifically Americans, Israelis, and all of the countries in the region.
100%, Armin. Very well said. Very well.
Companies from England, at the moment they are on top companies in the world. The capitalism created the giant company in the US that they provide job, productivity, innovation, everything that you can imagine is in US. Created
No,
and
it's not in
innovated.
the U.S. It was invented. It was invented in the U.S. But listen, let me explain why it is that we're getting everything from China today. Okay, why we're getting everything on TVs or everything.
Good example.
Because America, Nike shoes, Nike, everything. But dude, it wasn't invented in America. It's not being produced in America.
No, listen.
No, and you're forgetting Rolls Royce was produced in England.
Rolls Royce was consider how much. What is the turnover of the money of that company?
Like one of the biggest
turnover of what are the turnover of their money? Are they as big as Apple? Are they as big as Tesla? Are they big as Apple?
What do you mean?
No, beautiful. You can name it. Rolex, for example, is beautiful. Yeah, Rolex is beautiful, but you cannot compare the turnover of them with the Apple. You cannot. Man. The thing is that
Exactly. You hit the point.
when you access to the
Where's the Apple phone made? No, stop. Just no, eat. Let me get it.
No.
Where? No, dude. Where is the Apple phone made? To be sold.
It doesn't matter where it is made. Where it is made.
It does matter. Where is
it doesn't matter.
Phone made?
It doesn't matter. It's an American company.
Yes, it is.
No, it is an American company.
Americans are not getting the job.
No, the thing is that probably you are not looking for the job, man.
It's a lot of water. They squirting all over the place.
Why? This is the problem, okay? This is capitalism. Let me explain capitalism real quick, okay? Here's what it is. The people said, look, we can't, listen, in America they have unions. We can't keep fighting the unions, and then everybody wants a good pay. We're not gonna make money. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go to China and we'll teach the Chinese how to make these phones. Okay, they'll have people working on the production line at $1 an hour.
Okay.
So that way, then they'll bring
You
us
finish.
phones.
You
And we'll make all this money.
You finish.
No, okay, let him finish, because I want to hear the argument.
This is capitalism. They don't give a fuck about Americans.
Okay.
Americans, companies don't give a fuck about Americans. All they want is money. So what they did was they take the Apple phone and they taught everybody. They give all the technology to China, and they showed them how to do it. And then China just basically delivers the phones to us, and then they sell it to us at $900.
Okay, I explained to you. In England,
I don't understand how that's a problem, though.
No, Bima. The thing is that in England,
To make the phones, we don't have
zero. Give me a minute, okay? Bima, the problem is that in England, even they don't create such a thing. They don't have Apple. There is zero innovation. Innovation.
Most of the companies in the United Kingdom are the so-called small and medium companies. These small to medium corporations are suffering.
What do you mean? You guys have beautiful headquarters.
So we go to say in the UK, I say you got capitalism.
It's beautiful.
Capitalism. Beautiful. Yeah, just like the Caribbean ladies, just like the Israeli ladies. We're not talking about beauties here. Okay, allow me to speak. I know you want to stop. I know your kike wants me not to speak. Okay, excuse me, kike. So basically, I want you to stop. Whatever I have the mic, this guy is stopping me from talking. I don't think so. Anyway, the things about capitalism.
Islam is a scam and incompatible with a world that separates church and state. Muhammad was a scam artist, fraud, and a mafia leader.
Corporation hands to take the market and destroying
blood money.
medium companies. Take over.
Okay. That's how capitalism works.
That is what we're seeing right now.
Exactly.
We're seeing
And that's why
right
it's
now.
collapsed.
Yeah, that's why the
That's why
economies of
America has
countries.
collapsed.
Exactly.
I'm confused.
You got. Let's stay confused, but let me finish. Stay confused.
And
Be quiet.
baseline.
Let me finish.
Okay, yeah, I'm
So when we got capitalism giving no chance for a small medium company to thrive, which is actually the 60% of the
blood money that Palestinians receive is derived from the laws instituted by the Iranian Constitution.
Yeah.
Islam is a scam incompatible with the laws
Could we do one at a time because we all want to speak and I want to hear baseline speak too.
The blood money that Palestinians receive is derived to
taking
unbelievable.
over. They're not innovating. They don't create. They take over the market. And the market is becoming the control of those few multinational conglomerates. Why is this a problem? That means you're going to have a monopoly on the market. And then you're going to have multinational conglomerates say, look, we're going to look for the cost. So they're going to shift their labors and outsource them to countries like India, like China. And that's why you got a lot of homeless people, impoverished people who used to have their own business. So this is why America is becoming a working class, homeless nation. That's why you got people losing their jobs because they want. The main focus is to work for a multinational conglomerate. They used to have their own business. So they can't compete because of this capitalist system. Actually, gives priority to multinational conglomerates.
I completely agree. And then they go into things of like politically like grifting. Once they become like financially homeless, they try to like grift into like politics. And they try to criticize one side or the other. And it's like now you're seeing in America you're seeing like this new term coming to fruition, like politically homeless. They're not Democrats. They're not right or left. They're like politically homeless because they're just grifting.
So I don't see the problem.
You mean drift. You mean drift. Like with a D, not with a G. You're not grifting.
I mean both.
You don't grift.
So I gotta say this. I think we're confusing capitalism with the other aspects of what the United States is. The United States is a mixed economy, which means it has socialist aspects as well as capitalist aspects, right? And so capitalism, the free market.
There's three things that rule the American.
No, but that's the thing. Like we're.
So hold on. Let me just hold on. I want everybody to speak, but let me just end real quick.
You feel me? Like you come here from Cuba, and it's like it's not capitalism, but it's like, damn, we're trying to escape communism, and like Cubans are the biggest in Florida. Not trying to take the stage, but I'm like, when you say that, I'm like, that's what America is. Like, that's the beauty of it. Come here, escape, create.
I don't see much beauty.
So I
see beauty in the fact we're all from Europe.
So the
Latin America, fucking Southeast Asia.
Come on, bro.
Alright, dale.
No mame, güey.
Alright, baisan.
You
know I'm right.
So my argument is that what we're identifying is not like having big corporations chase it. No, that's the system. That is the social. That's the government-backed favoritism. That is what the government uses, using subsidies, using regulations, using tax favors, bailouts, political lobbying. You have the licensing barriers, and most importantly, which I'm very outspoken about this, is the patent system, right? You have a patent system, which literally the entire intent of the patent system is to stop competition.
Nope.
It's to.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up.
So.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but
so my point is that, and I'll land here. I'm sorry, I know I'm long-winded, but the point is that no, I I disagree. I think that capitalism is what we need. I think when we see, because under capitalism, you're not forced to buy a product, you're not forced to work for it or sell to it or to obey it. That's my opinion. I'm talking like explicit coercion, right? Under capitalism.
This is the problem with Americans. You're not understanding what it is. And also, you mentioned bailout.
So then let's define that. Then let's get clear. Let's be linguistically decisive and define socialism and capitalism.
Okay. Let me just address one thing that you mentioned. You put bailout under capitalism. No, you have to pick that up and put that under socialism.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was pointing to, because that is not capitalistic. That's the bad thing that I'm talking about. That's the socialist aspect. The subsidies, the regulations, the bailouts, all of that is the socialist aspect, not capitalism. So when I was specifically talking about computations,
I mean this in the nicest way, but you have it flipped.
Okay,
that's not socialistic.
Okay,
that's capitalistic.
Okay,
flipped.
All right, we're gonna have to define that. Then before we go forward, let's define explicitly both socialism and capitalism. Who would like to give us their definition of socialism?
Yeah, sure. When I'm given time, I would love to do that.
Okay, I would love baseline. It is all you, but also you have to manage it. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you hear me? Breaker,
yeah,
whatnot?
I can hear you. So, like, the definition of socialism, it's an economic and political system based on public and collective ownership of the means of production. And I can see that being triggered, or like the bourgeoisie, like you must seize the means of production. I get that, I understand that. But it's the distribution of goods. It advocates for reducing wealth inequality. It's all about reducing inequality through shared control, often being like you have government intervention, whether it be like taxes, taxing the rich, things like that, to provide services for healthcare and education. I mean, we look at every other country on the planet Earth. Why are 3/4 of our, you work a job, correct? Like, why are 3/4 of our job and our taxes going to the military?
Prosecution.
When those
He's not gonna get that man today.
On like affordable healthcare,
the prosecution,
free education, or roads being paved, or affordable like buses bringing your children to school, things like that. And that like the news and the media teaches you that these things are like inachievable, but in reality, like every other fucking country on the planet Earth, that's ours. What if you could call, break their leg, and go to the doctor and pay 50 fucking pesos or bucks or whatever the
You know that next year Mexico's going to have
breaking news in River North, a robbery at a popular 24-hour diner. Police say Grill 24 in Chicago and released from the
missiles, which is 8.5 million fucking Like, you're telling me that that's more important?
And it can't even hit shit.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, you're telling me that we have school shootings happening every 3 fucking days? We have millions of murdered, and we haven't even touched the fucking Epstein files, but yet we're giving millions and millions and billions of fucking dollars to Israel? But, oh, we can't afford free healthcare. We don't have enough money for that shit. We don't have enough money for that. We have enough money. Every fucking politician should go fucking stroke their dick and flick their fucking cunt to go to a fucking golf course. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Burn the motherfucker down, bro.
Speaking like someone who won like president at your college.
Drive him the fuck out. Burn that, light that motherfucker on fire. Drive him out. Fucking Gaddafi that shit. Shove a fucking screwdriver up his asshole. Burn that motherfucker down. We need to start the fuck over because this shit ain't fucking working.
So I get that. So the socialism, you define socialism, right? But I'm still confused as to why you think that the regulations.
I'll give you a simple explanation.
Socialism. You see,
It's three things. It's simple.
I think it's fog energy.
You have technology. No, hear me out. You have technology. You have you should fuck up for a second. You have technology, a marketplace, and the government. You have a technology that increasingly replaces the warmth of human contact with efficiency of coal machines. You have a marketplace that convinces you that your only important is the machines that you affect. And you have a government by its bigness convinces you that you are too small to affect change. But just like all those three things, the very platform, the very fucking platform, the sturdiness of the fucking platform, all these things stand upon can be humanly changed and can be humanly conceived. The very next step that you need to take are the steps that shall lead to your human, social, physical, and sociological fucking liberation.
Or do you just take a crap?
What do you mean, craps? The game.
Yes,
The
you
game that
understand
she's not
craps?
familiar. Just let me search about it. Maybe I know
You
it.
should search it. It's the Gaslight and O-Line. You have a hard six.
I don't know what Cash Patel does. He says
Snake
that he's not
eyes.
drinking a lot.
Snake eyes.
Yeah, one beer in a hockey game.
Do you know how to play chess?
I've had a couple of beers at a hockey game.
Don't play chess. I play blackjack.
Boy, you don't have enough.
So I have 7 coaching tests all through my neck and back. We got to look at my MRI before I had the injections, after the injections, and I no longer have all these symptoms. Within 1 month, I have no symptoms. I had full range of motion back. I started pain. So I have 7 coaching tests all through my neck and back.
Do you know how to pass boardwalk and Park Place? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to build hotels on the North Carolina? Professional monopoly. Professional monopoly player. I play hockey. I'm a hockey player.
You're a hockey player. Do you also
Yes, I'm a hockey player. I play hockey.
Do you also play tennis? I can teach you many things, Abby, if you come to Iran. I can teach you many things.
But I'll tell you what, Ali, you come to the Emirates and lose all your money. We'll host it. What's the money called in Iran? What's the What's that worth to the dollar right now, the real?
Worthless. So low, but the oil and benzene is much lower. They had to make it.
Oh, great. So you can go nowhere with the money.
Wait, so what's the exchange rate?
I don't know what's the exchange rate, but Iranians are having a good life. You know?
0 to infinite. the exchange.
Or assistant lacrosse coach at Hinsdale Central High School is facing several charges, including
You called your opponent this fat Jew. So he's not from Israel, but you called a guy in Florida this fat Jew. How is that not anti-Semitic?
Well, he's a Jewish supremacist, and he puts Israel before America, and I think that he should be tried for treason.
This fat Jew is anti-Semitic.
Yes.
What is the vertical right now? I play it lovely. How can I play with you?
We're playing with you.
Ali, how do you think the team is going to do in the World Cup, the Iranian team? Should we bet on it?
Dan is intoxicated enough to shoot his dicks again.
Yeah, how do you think they're going to
lose?
Yeah, to lose, yeah. Just use it to lose, yeah.
Didn't Trump say he wants them to in Italy now instead of Iran?
Yeah, I hope he does this. Because we are not really interested to come.
It's okay, the Italians are probably better looking than
Ali, you know that if they come to the United States, it's going to be a very great consequence to them.
I know for a fact 10% arguing.
What would be the Iranian reaction if they come to the United States?
I'm sure.
We'll see.
Stop you right there. I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. You understand that? I'm Jewish. Okay, good.
And the question is that we as a Iranian, we are opposing the regime. What do you think, as a friend, what we should do that we haven't done? That you think that, hey, you guys, Iranian, this is your country, like you should have done this. Right? It's great to hear from you guys because you're the outsiders toward our country and you're contributing to this war and you do have some stakes here. What we should do?
This conversation, yeah. What we should do? You say, come on. Your people say what we should do. How we should bring democracy.
No. That's not my question. Don't change it. I see that what we haven't done that we could do. Right? So don't change the narrative for my question that, America tell us now what to do. No, it's not. It's just as advice, as a friend.
Well, we have.
What do you think that?
Yeah, what do you think we should do? Yeah, please. I'm also curious about the end.
No, not the Americans, Iranian. Like you're looking from outside. You say, hey, Iranian, you're against the government. I think it would be better if you do this A, B, C, D. You know?
Okay. Let me.
Not you, Ali. You're Iranian. I asked the American friends, not you.
Okay, Americans. Okay, I'm curious about what the Americans gonna say. Yeah, come on.
The mama, maybe here.
Sorry, I'm like multitasking times 12. What's the question?
So the question is that because you know that we Iranian, we are opposing the regime, we are against the regime, right? We have done many things that, and you're from the outside perspective, like when because you're American, obviously. And what do you think that we can do better? You know, it's always good to talk, like to help it out,
because you are going to go through a bit of a challenge, and that challenge will be to take your freedom back. And Israel and the United States will help you, but we can't do it for you. And we don't want, and I'm terrified that even one single person over there should die. I don't want it to happen. But this is the time. We've reached this time in human history in which this bizarre alliance between Islam and communism, or whatever it is,
and the left,
and the left. It's got to end. And we have an unusual president, Donald Trump, who, unlike all the previous presidents, he realized that he is the man of destiny who has to bring this regime to an end. And thank God for him. And now you guys are going to be able to do your part. So get enough rest, and get enough food, and get yourself organized, because it's going to be your turn soon to take the country back.
I agree with you, but let's say you're Iranian, right? What you would do as Iranian in this situation? Just brainstorming.
Well, I don't know anything about what's going on over there, But if you ask yourself that question, you are one of the most brilliant people in human history. And I'm not kidding around about that. I'm completely serious. I know about this. I know about this for years and years. There's some Americans who have studied this, and we know what amazing culture you have, what amazing people, what talent, what art, what cinema. I'm not kidding around. What food. You have this magnificent culture, and now what you have to do is take your freedom. I don't know how you're going to do it because you know your country, you know your life.
Better than anyone.
Yes. Yeah. All we can do is support you because we're not arrogant like some people.
Of course.
And we just want to help you. It's in our interest, yes, as you said before. Of course, it's in our interest because you guys, the IRGC regime, was growing close to our enemy, China. And part of this is we're showing our
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're showing them this is how we roll, baby. So you're going to think twice before you take over Taiwan and the Straits of Taiwan. Don't think of the Strait of Hormuz. Think of the Strait of Taiwan. It ain't going to happen because our military might is greater than that of China. And we have to keep it that way. And then, you know what? When China sees that, they're going to want to be partners with us. They're not going to want to fight us. And we're going to have a good relationship after that.
Because the other way around. Because the other way around is going to be catastrophic for the world. It's going to be catastrophic because if for some reason, hopefully it never happens, it's the war thing doesn't work the way that the American planned, then China would have the audacity to say, hey, they couldn't get the Hormuz back. How are they going to get the Taiwan back, right? Yep. They're going to say that because China is not comparable to Iran. They are a massive power. That's a fact. We cannot ignore it. But it's going to be a massive disaster for the world order, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. But and for the Iranian compatriots, what I can see that at this stage we can do is just to get more organized. Of course, we are united over the Reza Pahlavi, and it doesn't mean that we are waiting for just Americans and Israelis to do the job for us, as you say. It's that sometimes that we need to, if we cannot take the gun, educate ourselves, inform the other people how to, for example, how to do the first aid at the time of the uprising, because we know that for a fact they're going to come out and it's going to be casualties. At least you can minimize the casualties by learning the first aid and buying some of these tourniquets and this and that and put it at home for the day. You know, that's happening. It's one of the things that you can do.
Very practical, make a lot of sense.
And the second thing is that at the time of this situation happens, what should be our reaction? Should we open our doors? Should we disconnect our security cameras in our building because the IRGC later on going to come down and check all of this security footage? These could be learned and inform the people inside of Iran because we do have the satellite channels. Still, the people in Iran have access to that. This is the second thing that could be done. And the third, we need to have
stop. Okay, we got his idea. His idea aligns with my idea.
When we tell you to speak, you say nothing. And then when somebody else is speaking, you open your mouth. What's the problem? The guy is talking. Just listen. Take out your little stubby pencil and write down what he says. This is important stuff.
I don't know the idea.
Sorry. I apologize for the arrogance and rudeness of my guest.
It's all right. So we're not used to that. These are the things that we cannot just sit down as an Iranian. Yes, I know that some of us. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's not going to be 1 day, 2 days, 2 months. We don't know. Hopefully, it's finished soon. But we need to have a plan for the future, which we have. The lesson learned. We need to know these things in advance. We need to organize. Yes, we don't have armed groups. Right? But we do have some of the things that we can do, which we haven't done it before, such as the education, such as we do have a lot of entrepreneurs sitting down together, creating an app, and that we can, if we don't have internet, at least through the network of the Bluetooth, which everybody has a cell phone at the moment in Iran, so they're getting connected and stay connected together, right? And create a piece of a technology that we can taking some SIM cards that works via satellites and during the emergency. So they cannot crack down on the people. These things, in my opinion, I'm not the expert matter, just out of the blue comes to my mind, and I think that Iranian people can perform better in these areas. Maybe they are doing, I don't know about it, but just worth mentioning it.
You have such great ideas, man. I told you, you know what to do. You know better than much smarter.
Thank you very much, Art.
Thank you. Thank you.
Elaborate all the details. The next one says his or her idea. You don't talk this much after that because we want to gather the ideas from the group.
Look at that.
Just let the people talk.
Oh, I don't know why you're reminding me of the Harandi, the regime propaganda agent. This pops up on the Western media.
Harandi,
Yeah, exactly the same accent, exactly the same English, the word, everything's the same.
You're talking 99%. Okay, just let them talk. Come on. And Elnor's plan for Iran's liberation is exactly my plan. It should be done by the hand of Iranians. Okay, next.
No, it's not. The Norma has nothing in common with your mate. Nothing. Sorry to say that if you listen to
the Iranian people should take their freedom back. And what
the way that he's twisting your Norma. He's twisting your words.
Straighten me out, Ellie. What did I get wrong? Straighten me out, please. I want to learn from you.
No, Norma, you have said all the right things. I agree with you, man. I think that Iranians should do it by themselves. I totally agree with you, man. Honestly. Thank you.
I didn't twist it. I got it right.
but maybe in 10 years, he said.
Well, I think
Like
it's going to be maybe. I think it'll be 10 weeks. Maybe it'll be 10 weeks. I don't know.
The way that Norma, the way that he's interpreting your word is that, hey, leave the Iran alone. We can fix it ourselves. Do not bomb us. Americans should leave. The way that he's interpreting your words is this way. I know him to the bone. Yeah, I know. It's not what Norma believes. No. Norma believes that the Americans should be there and they should bomb the shit out of you guys and the Iranian people. So create opportunity for the Iranian people to use this opportunity and take the control of their own country. That's very different from your narrative, Ali.
If you keep talking.
That's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same. I know you guys better than yourself. It's not that way.
Forward to the next one.
Ali, what is your vision?
Who is asking?
My name is Ariana.
Oh, Ariana, thank you for asking my position.
Is this who I think it is, Ariana?
Yeah, that's my. Oh,
Hi again.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, I came in the room. I seen you all, Abby, everyone else listening.
I didn't know it was you. It's good to see you.
know. I'm back. I was trying to move to the Middle East. I was trying to move to Dubai, and then everything got bombed. I was planning to move there, so not everything.
It's okay again.
Yeah. I've been trying to move there, but anyways, yeah. Well, I'm trying to understand what's going on.
Ariana, before stating my own opinion about the issue, I really recommend you to see Tehran, to see Tel Aviv, to see Lebanon. They are really beautiful, rich culture places. To see Istanbul, beautiful places, Enjoy Middle East. Yeah, and my opinion about the liberation of Iranians is that
there's just one little problem. Once you visit Tehran, like right now, there's no guarantee that you can visit the other places after that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but it's a great idea. Great fucking idea.
No, just make sure you're not in the GC places.
Yeah. Just after war, we are Iranian. We are so hospitable.
It's good that you keep trying to send people to Iran. It's very cute.
Yeah, we have saffron, we have good music, we have everything. Enjoy Iran. We have really good food, full of proteins and vitamins.
Yeah, if you let them come in. Yeah.
Let them come in. I for sure let them come in. I can even send you videos that Americans also come to Iran before this war.
what's my opinion about.
And kept them hostage in the prison and asked for money.
I never. I'm not a barber.
No, you didn't take hostages 444 Americans.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I think somebody's trying to reach us from Iran. Hi there, Mikhail. Are you from Iran? Because your service sucks. Mikhail, you're with us? You keep on miking. You trying to send me Morse codes? Okay, I'm gonna wake up. Sorry about that, guys. Miking. Continue.